We're live. All right. Welcome to the jungle, everybody. This is my first live stream of the new year. I was planning on live stream. I only live stream away games because I try to go to the home games as I can. I've been thinking about doing a series about my experiences at the games for those of you who can't attend. It's something I've been tossing around, something that I tried to make happen last year and just didn't happen. But these live streams are primarily for the away games. Unless it's like a really, really, really big home game, and for some reason I can't attend. Like if the AFC Championship had happened in Cincinnati, and I couldn't afford the tickets to go, I would have live streamed that. Maybe because like the Super Bowl was obviously away, but there's no way on earth I'm going to be live streaming. I'm not going to be sitting in front of my computer during the Super Bowl. I'm going to be with my friends. I'm going to, either be with my friends or my parents or somebody who's been through this whole journey of being a Bengals fan with me. It's not exactly been an easy life being a Bengals fan. So I'm not going to spend my time during the Super Bowl live streaming. And not that I don't love you guys. And maybe in the future, as this channel grows, it might be something that I actually might enjoy doing. But that game was for my friends and my family. Wasn't able to get going for the Cowboys game, so I did miss that. But we're here for the Jets game, and oddly enough, I started live streaming last year against the Jets. And mostly because I didn't really decide to build a channel until like I wanted to build a channel for the longest time, but I never actually really jumped in and did it until around the time we played the Jets last year. And so my actual first video on this channel, from Bengals perspective, at least as far as consistent updates, because I think I posted some mock drafts and stuff like that throughout the years. Like, every once in a while I'd post something, and then I had some Vital Ohio podcast episodes accidentally go on this channel because I'm disorganized. But anyway, point being, last year the Jets game was when I really decided to dive into this, and so my first game, the first thing I ever did on this channel, at least as far as this unbroken continuum of doing stuff is concerned, that was live streaming the Jets game, and that was painful, man. That was such a typical Bengals game, right? Like we lost to a nobody backup quarterback in Mike White, who didn't really even do anything like worth talking about after that. It was just that one game. Mike White was like a legend, and since then he's been really a whole lot of nothing. But anyway, guys, yeah. So we're here. Bengals game's getting going. Bengals got the ball 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Joe Burrow drops back to pass, gets it to T. Higgins, and did he step out? Because that's the question. It looks like he got about 8 yards on the play, but he might have stepped out and only got 2 yards. So it's looking like they're calling it out after like 2 yards. So that's unfortunate. But hey, so just so y'all know, if you're watching, I do see we got one person watching right now. So if you leave a comment, I'll put it up on the screen and talk to you. You don't have to obviously I don't have super chats, but you don't have to do that. Joe Burrow hands the ball off to Joe Mixon, who does a flea flicker back to Joe Burrow, throws the ball in a massive act. Oh, and Jamar Chase can't haul it in. Man, that was a ballsy ass play, man, and that almost connected, but Jamar Chase just couldn't quite bring it down. That's unfortunate. Let's see what they got here. I love the fact they're doing interesting stuff on offense, though. That I felt like the last 2 games they've just been so bland. That was just, Jamar Chase just couldn't get situated enough to go get it. Like he was right there, but he just didn't. He just got to twist around a little bit more. That's the only thing. I think he over twisted to try to find the ball. When he did find the ball, it was just, his body was torqued too much. So that sucks. But 3rd and 4, they can pick this up. Joe Burrow shotgun snap and throws it into the dirt. I'm assuming there's like a false start or something. Oh, there's a little bit of a disagreement going on between the Jets defensive line and the Bengals offensive line. By the way, I got some stuff to say about the Jets defensive line here in a little bit. False start. Or no, they're saying delay of game. I didn't see that. Oops. Whatever. But I got some stuff to say about the Jets. Probably should have started streaming like about half an hour earlier, but whatever. Uh, it's all about getting back into it, right? But I got some stuff to say about the Jets defensive line because I personally I think they're a little overrated. Joe Burrow's been clean so far this game, so that tells you anything. I know it's only been a couple of plays, but Joe Burrow back to pass, gets the ball to T. Higgins, and that's going to be a first down. That's a great. It was a good throw by Joe Burrow, but great play by T. Higgins to release and find the ball in a way that Jamar Chase just couldn't. Man, like that's his team just I don't know why they took a while to get going last year. Under Zach Taylor, they've been known for just taking forever to get going. So looks like they're gonna have to battle that demon again this year. Bengals got the ball on the 42-yard line. Joe Burrow fakes the handoff, throws, and I think he caught it. T. Higgins again. Yes. T. Higgins once again catching the ball. And it's just gonna if it's a T. Higgins day, that's fine. I want to see a Jamar Chase day, but looks like it's gonna be a T. Higgins day. Which totally fine with me, man. That Jets defense, man, I think they got a lot of potential. I will say that. Sauce Gardner's, damn good cornerback. I think he's going to end up being one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL, like the heir to Darrelle Revis. Joe Burrow shotgun snap, hands the ball off to Joe Mixon, and he goes nowhere. That was just like not good blocking. Like there was supposed to be like a wall in front of him, and the wall just like did let everybody go, and like. I've seen a lot of people criticizing Joe Mixon about his 3 yards per carry average over the last couple of years. But the fact of the matter is, when you get stuff like that happening, I don't know what you expect of him, man. There's not really a whole lot he can do with that. Joe Burrow shotgun snap, throws the ball to Joe Mixon this time, who gets a little bit more than I thought he was going to get on that. Looks like about 6 yards or so. So it's going to go from 2nd and 15 to probably about 3rd and 9. Yeah. And Joe Mixon, I think he's a really, really talented player, but he can't really overcome like complete lack, total and complete lack of blocking. It just doesn't happen that way. Jets fans are getting real excited. It's 3rd and 8, not 3rd and 9, by the way. So I guess it was about a 7-yard pickup. Joe Burrow's in shotgun formation again. He's trying to yell some stuff to his team because them Jets fans getting loud. They are in field goal range for what that's worth, but they want a touchdown, and he gets a wide open Tyler Boyd, who almost gets away from like a double tackle, man. He doesn't quite, though. They get it about to the 4-yard line. But man, what a pickup. This offense is finally driving. This is what we wanted to see, man. Like this is where the gigantic problem was over the last couple of weeks is the offense just couldn't get going, especially early in games. Like they against the Steelers and the Cowboys, they did kind of put some drives together at the end of the game, but by then it's just like you're so far behind the 8 ball that if you absolutely like you need to get going faster is basically it. Jamar Chase motions, Joe Burrow shotgun, does a little pitch to Tyler Boyd and gets in for the touchdown. Let's go! There we go. Touchdown, Tyler Boyd. Robert Saleh. I guess it's Saleh. Everybody's been saying Salah, and I thought it was Salah, but Saleh. Oh, and there's a penalty. Penalty on Cordell Volson. Holding on Cordell Volson. And yeah, it was actually Tyler Boyd went straight into where Cordell Volson was. There's no way that touchdown would have happened without the holding penalty. God. Ugh. Well, that sucks. That sucks. All right. Well, let's see. So it's going to be 1st and goal. Can't be doing that, man. I will say Cordell Volson, he's been better last couple or he was better last week than he was the first week. Got to give him credit for that. He's a rookie. He's going to get going. Joe Burrow throws the ball to Joe Mixon, who picks up like a yard on the play. And that is a hell of a change from a touchdown to Tyler Boyd. And, man, I will say, though, I'm really liking this creative offense. It's a lot more interesting than what we saw the first 2 weeks, which were just so bland and so conservative. I don't understand what they were trying to do. Like, I mean, it's like they were like, it's like they were only practicing parts of the playbook like they do in preseason to keep teams like, but the games count now, guys. Whatever. Joe Burrow shotgun snap, throws the ball out to T. Higgins, who does catch the ball, but unfortunately, I think he's out of bounds. But that was a great catch, though. Like, I mean, a great leap. A great leap and a great securing of the ball, but unfortunately, it was just a little too far. I think a little too high, and he ended up floating out of bounds. But let's see. I think he's out. Let's see. Oh, no. I think that's a touchdown. He got both toes down, and his heels were up. I think that's a touchdown. I think it's a touchdown. I think they should review that. Excuse me. Are we not going to review it? He had both, like, he did not touch his toes were down. Are that there? I thought, okay, Zach Taylor's reviewing it. Good review, Zach. Good review, Zach. Okay. Or are they not? Is he not allowed to challenge it? Yeah, that dude, he is down. That is a touchdown. That is a touchdown if I've ever seen one before. That is an amazing. Okay, Cincinnati challenges. Yes, they're allowed to challenge. I don't know. I don't have the sound on, guys. That's part. I don't know exactly what's going on during the game. I probably wouldn't be the best broadcaster of all time, right? But as far as I'm aware, they're allowed to challenge that, and they are challenging it. I know all scoring plays, I think, get reviewed automatically. Maybe that's only in the final 2 minutes. I don't know, but I don't know. I wasn't sure if they were allowed to challenge, but because they were kind of like talking, and Zach Taylor was just like, "Nyeh," and the refs were like, it's probably just Zach Taylor being like, "Bro, that was a touchdown, man. Come on." So, yeah, I think that is a touchdown. I didn't at first look, and I'm not mad at the refs for making the call they did, because like in real time that looked like it was just not a touchdown. It looked very, very barely like he wasn't quite able to come down with it. But on the replay, man, his toes were both feet were down. There was no touching of the white line. And he didn't get his whole foot in down, but to the best of my knowledge, that's not the requirement. The requirement is just that you get your feet in bounds, and that they're not touching the out of bounds line, which they weren't. They were over it. Like, I mean, his whole body was not in bounds, but the part that was touching the field was in bounds. And he got both feet. So I'm actually going to be pretty mad if they don't reverse this, because that was a clear camera angle too. Like, I mean, there is no disputing. If they don't overturn this, then you're going to be hearing about it on the Battle of Ohio podcast, and on my recap show too. Like, I mean it. But I'm saying that because I'm pretty sure they're going to overturn this. They better. I say that as a traumatized Bengals fan over the years. I know people were like, "Oh, you guys got so many calls last year." It's like, the fact of the matter is we really didn't. So like take the Super Bowl, right? Like, I know everybody talks about the T. Higgins face mask, but don't forget about the Logan Wilson pass interference that was not a pass interference. And I will say, I'm not that upset about that call, because T. Higgins probably did get away with a face mask. Call stands. Bullshit, dude. Y'all are going to hear about that. I promise you. Y'all are going to hear about that. That was a touchdown, man. Bullshit. Joe Burrow back to pass, scrambling around, can't find anything, but extends the play enough. Now they got a touchdown. And that, you can't challenge that. Samaje Perine catches it, like on like the yard line, the inch line, and then falls into the end zone. There's no challenging that one, y'all. There's no getting that one wrong. Touchdown, Bengals, finally. Oh my God, okay, so I guess I can't be. I won't have much reason to be too upset about the T. Higgins touchdown not standing, because we got a touchdown anyway. But I'm still going to talk about it. That was a horse shit. That was a horse shit overturn or stand, I guess. That was a horse shit challenge that did not. That should have been a touchdown. Anyway, Evan McPherson gets the extra point because Cal Adamitis, the absolute legend, is filling in for Clark Harris now instead of Mitchell Wilcox. And by the way, I just want to point out that, like, for all the Bengals fans who are panicking, don't forget that had it not been for Clark Harris getting hurt in the first game, we probably would have won that game. And then we were real close to winning that Cowboys game too. I mean, I know we didn't. We got to finish better. But don't forget, this is what we looked like last year. We almost didn't win that game against the Vikings week 1. And arguably we only did because of a questionable fumble call by the refs on Dalvin Cook. And then week 2, we got absolutely embarrassed by the Chicago Bears. So the Bengals starting like this is I don't feel any reason for panic because they started like this last year and they went to the Super Bowl. Now, granted, if they hadn't won that game against the Vikings, I think they probably would have missed the playoffs. Like, they were that close to missing the playoffs in general, but. Point is, they didn't. Point is, they got they went to the Super Bowl despite that weird, kind of not feeling great start last year. So I just want to point that out for all y'all who are already panicking. If they can get to 1-2, don't forget, Aaron Rodgers told that is a touchdown. They're replaying it, and you could maybe make the argument. Maybe make the argument that he didn't really fully, completely, and utterly possess that ball until he was out of bounds because, he controlled it. Anyway, Joe Flacco fakes the handoff, just throws it to nobody. Good play by the defense, and there's a flag. It's not going to be roughing, is it? Like, can we not do that, please? What's the flag? Holding defense. Who's holding? Cheeto. Apparently Cheeto Awuzie was holding. I don't know. Let's see. Are they going to replay it? I don't think that ball was. Well, I guess it doesn't matter on holding. I don't think that ball was catchable, but it doesn't really matter. The ball doesn't need to be catchable with holding. So to be fair, I guess they're not going to replay it. I don't know. Whatever. Joe Flacco hands the ball off to Michael Carter, who drives it ahead for about a yard and a half, I think. Jets offensive lineup. We got Vera Tucker, Fant, all those Lincoln Tomlinson. Oh, I didn't realize. I don't know why I didn't realize Lincoln Tomlinson was on the Jets. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. Whatever. All right. 2nd and 8. I think it's more like 2nd and 8.5, but, they're not going to say something like that on the broadcast. Joe Flacco hands the ball off to Michael Carter again, who gets a lot more on this play. Oh, my God. The Bengals can't tackle, and he drives ahead, gets the first down, even though he probably should have only had 4 yards on that play. Got to do better than that, defense. Now, I will say, the defense, you got to give them credit for playing really, really, really solidly through the first 2 weeks. But importantly, they haven't been turning the ball over. They really haven't been getting much pressure on the quarterback. They've just been playing really solid defense. So I think there's some improvements the defense can make too. But anyway, Joe Flacco is in shotgun formation. Throws the ball. It's caught by number 8, who is Moore. I don't know. I should probably have the roster up because I don't know who all the Jets players are. But anyway, it's 2nd down. It was a catch, but it wasn't enough for a first down. All right, so let's see. Number 8, if this thing would load, is Elijah Moore. I don't know why I couldn't remember Elijah Moore's name because he was somebody I was looking at the Bengals to hopefully draft. I'm not upset the way it went, but Joe Flacco fakes the handoff, throws in the backfield, and it's he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That is Garrett Wilson with the catch. but fantastic coverage on the play, and he's going to lose about a yard. So that's really good. That's what you want to see. Great heads-up play by Von Bell there, too. And it's nice to see Akeem Davis-Gaither in the game, by the way. Like, I know Jermaine Pratt. We want Jermaine Pratt in, but Akeem Davis-Gaither is a damn good linebacker. And I hope that they find more ways to work him in. Joe Flacco takes the empty shotgun snap, throws the ball. He's got not wide open, but he's got Garrett Wilson making up for the last play. He not wide open, but pretty damn open. With the clear lane in front of him too, that's going to be about what, a 15, 20 yard pickup. Not good. Got to play better than that, y'all. Yeah, it's going to be about maybe a 25 yard pickup. 20, 25, 26, 27. I don't know. But anyway, the Jets got the ball on the Bengals 33 yard line. Hands ball off. Whiff tackle by Mike Hilton. He could have had him in the backfield, but defense manages to swallow him up after only about a 2-yard gain. So I'll take that. I mean, I'd rather you get him in the backfield. They got to work on their tackling. Their tackling's not looking very good today. So I don't want to see a shootout with the Jets. Like, I just don't. Like, the defense has got to do better than they're doing right now. This isn't the best performance I've ever seen from them. And come on, y'all, we got to get some turnovers. I know we got one against the Cowboys, but that's it. Joe Flacco, shotgun snap, hands the ball off. Nice. Loses about 2 yards on the play. That's Braxton Berrios on the reverse. But the Bengals are not fooled, and they eat that shit up in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss. It's gonna be 3rd and 9. And roughly about the 35-yard line, I think. So probably still within field goal range, but hey, I'd like defense has got to clamp down, man. That's what you really need to see here. Defense has got to clamp down. Joe Flacco with the man to his right throws the ball and it's dropped. Wow, terrible coverage by the Bengals on that play. They gave it to him. But, Michael Carter is not able to reel in that low pass from Joe Flacco. And not entirely sure why he threw it, like, behind him and low. That was kind of a weird decision. So I'm not going to blame Michael Carter too much on that drop. Or is that Breece Hall? I'm sorry, that's Breece Hall. But I'm not going to blame Breece Hall too much on that drop because that wasn't the best pass from Joe Flacco. But, just a kind of a busted play by the Jets. Anyway, Greg Zuerlein is on the Jets now? What? All right. And the kick is up, and it's good. It hits the upright, but it's good. I guess it hit the upright and kind of like bounced in. So, not great. Not the best defensive drive of all time. Like I said, man, we gotta generate some turnovers. Like, I know we got the one against Dallas, but we've barely gotten any at all this year. We had the one against Dallas. We didn't have a single one against Pittsburgh. We have a bunch of dropped interceptions, which is starting to become a theme with the Bengals, man. Like, they just cannot hold on to picks for whatever reason to save their damn lives. I don't know. But, so what I wanted to say about now that we're on a commercial, I wanted to say something about the Jets defensive line. Everybody, including myself, by the way, I think it's just a talking point that I picked up and never really thought to, like, look into it too deeply. But the Jets defensive line has this reputation for being like the strength of their team. But the fact of the matter is, real quick, I want to go over some stats real quick because I don't know if it's as obviously the way that the Bengals offensive line has been blocking great today. By the way, just want to point that out. Cordell Volson had the mental error on the penalty, but other than that, been great protection by the offensive line. Not the greatest run protection, but great pass protection. So the Jets rank 19th in the NFL per PFF, at least as far as their grades go, in pass rush. So, I mean, people act like that's the real strength of their team. Like, I mean, maybe because the Jets are bad, but I don't know if I would consider that a strength. And then run defense, they rank 21st in the NFL. So, I mean, a lot of that starts up front on the line, guys. So, I mean, like, Yeah, they have some really talented players on that defensive line, and obviously, Bengals going up against Carl Lawson for the first time since he left Cincinnati. That's a matchup to watch for the fun of it. But as far as like potency, as far as like me being worried about the Jets defensive line, I'm just not this year. Like, I talked to Thomas about it on the Battle of Ohio podcast about how I talked to Thomas on the Battle of Ohio podcast, like going up in the Browns Jets game. I was like, y'all need to watch out for that defensive line. And then what happened? Nick Chubb had a good game, and Jacoby Brissett, I don't think got sacked, or maybe only got sacked once. Like it was not like you think, oh, the Jets, this really good defensive line. Like, I don't know about that. I think they might have taken a step back this year so far. In terms of rushing yards, that's attempts. I'll get back to that in a second. Nope, we still got a little bit of time. So as far as yards per carry allowed, the Jets have allowed. The Jets are roughly about middle in the pack when it comes to when it comes to run defense. And like I said, they're not even like they're a little below average when it comes to pass rush the first 2 weeks. And it's not exactly like the Jets have been going up against like the cream of the crop offensive lines either. So I mean, the Browns do have a good offensive line, but they also got Jacoby Brissett in the backfield, and I know he's been playing well, but he's Jacoby Brissett. He may not be exactly the best manager of the pocket of all time. So I think he could get a little bit more than what they got on him. Anyway, Joe Burrow takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Joe Mixon, who goes ahead for about 4 yards on the play. So that's a decent run pickup. The problem is that needs to be like your average run pickup, right? Joe Mixon gets a good run on the play, and you do that. Well, you just do that every time, and you're going to do well. But the problem is he doesn't get that every single time. Like, he needs to be averaging. He needs to be pushing towards 4 yards a carry, not 3. But that was a good run. Joe Burrow shotgun snap. He's going to throw to T. Higgins. That guy again. His number's being called a lot today. He's got the first down plus about 2 yards on top of that. So they're going to have the ball at about the 37-yard line, their own 37. So, I mean, they still got a whole field to go, but it's a good way to start. Good way to start. Good protection by the offensive line so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I feel like this unit just needs to take some time to gel, and they'll be fine. I worried about La'el Collins his first couple weeks, but he's doing all right today. Joe Burrow, shotgun snap. He's going to throw the ball to Jamar Chase, who was coming out of the backfield, and he fumbles. Oh God, no, he fumbles. Why? I think Ted Karras may have recovered it. Why, Jamar? You're Jamar Chase is kind of off his game right now. That's not good. Now, I don't know how Ted Karras recovered it because there were only Jets players. Oh no, that's not even a catch. That's not even a catch, y'all. I don't even think that's a catch. Like I don't think that's a catch at all. But it's also like it's really close. I don't know if you really risk your second challenge for that. Jeez, man. Are they saying that I again, I don't have my sound on. I'm not sure. Are they saying the Jets recovered? Because like it looked to me like there were only Jets players in the area when he fumbled, and then like it looked like Ted Karras eventually came up with it. But like if you go steal the ball while somebody's on the ground, does that count? I think that just means they're down with the fumble. So that's not good. This is why I'm saying that the defense has got to get some turnovers because, like, the offense, like, as they were damn near perfect last week, but you cannot expect to win games without turning the ball over at all. Like, it's just too hard in the NFL. Like, I mean, like, it's certainly possible. If neither team turns the ball over, you can certainly win. But I mean, you got to be really on top of your game in all the other ways. Because I mean, you're going up against an NFL team. They're going to do some good stuff, regardless of whether they're a good team or a bad team. They're going to do some good stuff. So you got to try to get those turnovers, man. And just like the defense has not been getting them. That's not good. So I'm kind of in suspense right now. Whoever's watching right now, do you know, did they call that a fumble or not? Because it looked to me like, and part of it, I was like, yeah, I was reacting, and so I didn't see exactly what was going on in the moment. But then it looked to me like they were saying Ted Karras came up with it, which is weird because he wasn't even in the area when the fumble happened. But I don't know, maybe not. I would very much like to know what they're calling that though, because like, I mean, to me it seems like if I'm putting money down, I'm like, yeah, that's clearly a fumble and a recovery by the Jets, right? Like, I don't know, but I really don't know. I would very much like that for the Bengals recovering that football though, because I mean their offense is doing well. All right, streams back. Let's see what are they. Here's the thing. I don't even think he caught that because like he turned upfield. But well, they're saying they're calling it a fumble and recovery by the Jets, which is kind of what I thought was going to happen. Joe Flacco throws the ball to a wide open Elijah Moore. Nobody's doing anything about it. Defense, man, like I mean, like they're really good at like minimizing damage, but they're not really good at just being like suffocating, which is what they need to be. Like they took. It seems like the defense has kind of taken a bit of a step back in that like. They're just as good as last year at like stopping teams from scoring, but that's not the only, like you need your defense to do more than just stop the other team from scoring. You need them to get the ball back to the offense with enough time to go do something. All right. Hand off to Michael Carter, who gets about 4, 5 maybe yards on the play. I don't know what's up with his defense, dude. Defense is, and they're calling it 4 yards on the play, but Jamar Chase looks pissed. I would be too. You got to hold on to that ball, buddy. Like it reminds me of last year. Jamar Chase wasn't the best, honestly, when it comes to being safe with the ball. All right, great defensive stop there. Michael Carter gets to the line and isn't able to go anywhere with that. Great stuff by DJ Reader. I like that. I like seeing that. Like I said, man, like be nice if you weren't letting them this far in the first place because they're already in field goal range. And I mean, I know you're going to maintain the lead if they get a field goal, but like a fumble, an interception, something, you know, like, I mean, the offense isn't perfect. You got to counter with something. Joe Flacco, clean pocket all day. And that might have been picked. No, dropped it. Okay. Cheeto Uze, that would have been a tough catch in his defense. Great defense on that play, though. He does not in any way, shape, or form let Elijah Moore get that ball. I want to see more of that. Yeah, he didn't even okay. Yeah, he didn't even like, he just batted that away. He didn't even really have a chance to catch that ball. So, fair enough. I will say, though, a little bit more of a heads-up play on that. Maybe could have been a pick. Okay, don't get me wrong. I don't want to criticize Cheeto too much for a very good defensive play, but I'm just saying, like, if that's all we're going to get on defense this year, okay. Kick was up, looked like he shanked it, but now he got it. Greg Zuerlein. Greg the leg, unfortunately. What are the Jets just like a nursing home team now? They got Joe Flacco and Greg Zuerlein. And then they got all these young players, too. It's like, you know, they're trying to build a culture of mentorship or something like that. Kind of the opposite approach that the Bengals went with. They pretty much told all their veterans to fuck off, which, like, wasn't exactly the greatest thing in the world for, you know, guys who gave everything they had to the Bengals for years. But at the same time, you could maybe argue that Marvin Lewis was too slow to let guys like that. And, you know, you got to get young talent in there. And it was a big part of the problem in like 2019 and 2020. Big part of the reason they didn't win a whole lot was because the veterans who were still on the team weren't being treated great, and they were letting go of veterans who were a key part of their scheme. But at the same time, they don't go to the Super Bowl last year if Carlos Dunlap and Geno Atkins are still kind of on the team last year. I fully believe that if you have maybe Carl Lawson. I'm going to say Carlos Dunlap. If you have Carlos Dunlap over Trey Hendrickson, you don't go to the Super Bowl last year. That's just the fact of the matter. Now, I will say there's one huge, gigantic blunder, and that's the way they treated their offensive linemen. Like we had one of the best offensive lines in the year. We had one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. In like 2015, and then they just they gutted them for no reason. Kevin Zeitler's gone, Andrew Whitworth's gone, Clint Bowling retired. That's not you can't really blame the Bengals for that one. But in general, I don't. That's why we lost the Super Bowl, right? Because offensive line couldn't even give Joe Burrow half a second more at the end of the game when Jamar Chase was wide open, and that still hurts. Hey, look, it's Tony the Tiger. It's my boy. Gets a lot of shit from national people for some reason, even though it's cool as hell. But Tony the Tiger, shout out. Love you, man. Keep doing that Tiger face pant. Bengals fans love it. I'm sorry the national media is assholes about it. But we think it's cool. All right. Bengals still got the lead 7-6. The offense is doing well, man. Just hold on to the damn ball. If they can hold on to the ball, the way this game is going, I think if they can just avoid turning the ball over, or if they do get a turnover on defense, if they can win the turnover battle, I fully believe the Bengals will win this game. They're not currently winning the turnover battle, but I mean, let's call the Jamar Chase fumble, like a mulligan. If you can win the turnover battle going forward, I think we're going to win this game. I don't think that the Jets are going to come back on us like they did against the Browns. But we'll see. I don't want to jinx it. Joe Burrow hands the ball off to Joe Mixon, who goes basically nowhere. There was a clear hole. I don't know why you're going to the left when there was a clear hole to the right. And not to mention the right is where your better blockers are. So I don't know. But for what it's worth, by the way, La'el Collins was fantastic in run blocking last week. I think that needs to be pointed out. He was good. So I think Joe Mixon should be running to the right a little bit more. I don't know why he's every time he runs to the left, nothing happens. So maybe stop doing that. I don't know. Oh, then again, I guess if you run it to the same side all the time, then it's going to be really easy for them to defend against it. Joe Burrow takes a shotgun snap, gets the ball to Jamar Chase, who does not catch it. I mean, it was good effort, but you got to bring that in better than that, man. Jamar Chase just not having a good game. And that was a great effort, but yeah, he did not reel that in. He bobbled it and it hit the ground. So he also didn't secure it until he was already out of bounds. So Jamar Chase do better. Great wide receiver. Obviously, he's much better than I would ever hope to be, but please do better. Joe Burrow shotgun snap, and there's some of that pressure, but Joe Burrow gets out of it, throws the ball to nobody, but at least he didn't get sacked, although it is 4th down. So, flag. What's the flag? If it's holding on the Bengals, they're probably going to decline it. Personal foul on the defense. That's a 1st down. Personal foul. I don't know what happened. Can we see a replay? Unnecessary roughness. What happened? They didn't make the chopping motion, so it wasn't. I mean, it is roughing the passer though. It is roughing the passer. He just didn't make the roughing the passer motion. It just said unnecessary roughness, but like, I mean, this is like, like you know, the referee thing. This is the quality content y'all come for, is me making Frankenstein noises. Joe Burrow, shotgun snap, hands the ball off to Joe Mixon, who goes to the right this time and gets like 3 yards on the play. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he goes towards the right side of the line and at least gets an extra 2 yards out of it. So, I mean, I know that wasn't the best play either necessarily, but it was better than the one before. So now it's 2nd and 7 instead of 2nd and like 9.5. For what that's worth. Jeff Ulbrich, never heard of him, but apparently he's the Jets defensive coordinator. All right, Joe Burrow's in shotgun formation with player to his left. Fakes the handoff. I got faked out. Joe Burrow heaves it deep to Jamar Chase, who drops it. Bro! Now, granted, that was really good coverage by Sauce Gardner. That was a very difficult catch to make, but like I'm getting a little annoyed with Jamar Chase not coming down with these balls, and he got it in his chest. But Sauce Gardner did a great job of breaking it up too. Like, I mean, it's not all on Jamar Chase, although I am saying, like, bro, Jamar Chase, what are you doing? Like, it's been a bad game for him so far. Now it's 3rd and 7. Fireman Ed, I thought he retired. Fireman Ed's out there cheering getting the crowd going. But it's 3rd and 7, man. The way the defense just played on the last drive, like, come on, offense. Joe Burrow's been having a good game so far. Jamar Chase has not. But the protection's been good. And what's Zach Taylor talking to the refs about? Is he trying to argue that it was pass interference? I think he's trying to argue it was pass interference. I don't know if it was, though. Like, I think it was just a good play by Sauce Gardner. But hey, good to see the coach showing a little bit of fire. Whatever. 3rd and 7. Been a good, well-called offensive game. Give Zach Taylor credit for his play calling. Honestly, if Jamar Chase was playing better today, we'd be a lot farther ahead than we are. But I will say Zach Taylor takes a ton of shit for his play calling. I think today he's been solid, doing a solid job calling this game. So I mean, y'all might fight me on that one. I don't know. But Joe Burrow shotgun snap finds Tyler Boyd, who gets out of a tackle, and he's gonna go. He might go all the way, and he's running, and he gets a touchdown. Let's go. That's the explosive stuff that we've been missing all season, man. Joe Burrow. That's what happens when you give him time. Oh, my God, the offensive line playing well, and, suddenly the offense plays decently. Oh, my God. And Tyler Boyd, like, thank God it wasn't Jamar Chase, by the way. But Tyler Boyd, he gets he's got 2 guys on him, and he shakes out of those tackles, runs it all the way down the field, does get eventually caught up with, but not before he falls into the end zone for a touchdown. Let's go, Tyler Boyd. Hooday! Love it. You love to see it. Evan McPherson coming out for the extra point. Good snap. Good kick. It's in. I shouldn't be nervous about Evan McPherson kicking field goals because I wasn't at all last year. But, man, after that Steelers game, I am nervous. But then again, Cal Adamitis, way better long snapper than Mitchell Wilcox, for what it's worth. Hopefully you won't be seeing a whole lot more blunders out of him. Let's see. What is being said? All right, so Bengals fans in general just super excited about seeing the offense exist for once. Like, golly. Let's see. What we got going on Twitter? I want to see what Bengals fans are saying on Twitter right now. Bunch of featured posts. I don't know. Got two people in chat right now. If you got something to say it, and I'll put you up on the screen, and we'll have a nice little discussion, a little grand old time. Truly looks incomplete to me. Well, the refs, that was. I want to see some reactions to. Imagine calling a 0 on Joe Burrow. That's true. That's true. You can't. Remember, you can't 0 me. The Jets are playing absolutely like that defensive line. You know, everybody's like, "Oh, the defensive line's so good. Oh, the Bengals gonna have to watch out." Like, are we sure about that? Because the Jets haven't exactly been having a great defensive line performance at all this year. I know they were good last year, and that really hurt the Bengals when they played them last year. But that Jets defensive line, it ain't what it was last year. Oddly enough, they got Carl Lawson back. So I don't know, like, our defensive line wasn't very good when Carl Lawson was here either. And as good of a player as he is, I mean, he is legitimately a really good player. Like, I mean, like when you actually analyze his game individually, he does quite well. I kind of wonder, is there something going on where, like, he kind of disrupts the flow and the chemistry of everything, like on field? Obviously, he's a fantastic person. I'm not trying to say he's like pissing people off or anything like that, or he can't get along with his teammates. What I'm saying is, like, whenever he's in the game, he does fairly well individually, and the rest of the team just does not do well around him. So I don't want to put that squarely. I don't want to put that squarely on his shoulders and say he's to blame for defensive struggles around him. But it's kind of becoming a pattern at this point, for what that's worth. All right, Jets are going to try to return the kick, and the Bengals swallow it up at the 15-yard line. Great special teams play. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Terrible decision to run it out, by the way. But Bengals swallowed up at the 15-yard line, and they're going to start off with solid field position against the Jets defense. Although I will say the Bengals are much better at stopping a team from getting points once they get in field goal range. Maybe they can stop them from getting the field goal range. Let's try doing that, please. And I think what they're not really good at doing, they're not really good at defending the whole field. They're really good at defending like a small portion of the field. They would get some pressure. Now, you see, that was a good play. That was a good play. They're doing well against the run. Only, I think, about maybe a 2-yard pickup there to Michael Carter. Ooh, Jets are fighting with their own coaches. Not right now. This is a replay of something that allegedly happened earlier. Got 3 people watching now. Leave a comment. I'll put you up on the screen. Let's go. Joe Flacco throws the ball, and it is fielded well. It is caught by Davis. Corey Davis. Should have known that one too. I don't know. But it's caught by Corey Davis, and for about 4 yards on the play. You kind of wish they had fielded, or you kind of wish they had covered that play better, but it was fielded quite well. So, but now the Jets got third and four is short, right? I would think I would call that short. Joe Flacco, shotgun formation. Braxton Berrios motions to the left, takes the snap, throws, and he's wide open. Nobody, Akeem Davis-Gaither is not doing well in pass coverage there, which is a problem because, like, in my opinion, that's Akeem Davis-Gaither's biggest strength is his ability to cover the pass. And he did not cover that well at all. He got beat. So, yep, going to be 1st and 10 now. Defense, once again, cannot cover the whole field. They're much better at covering when you only got like 10 yards to go. But it's really annoying because, like, letting them get those field goals. Like, I mean, I know, like, an NFL offense needs to thrive on touchdowns, not field goals. But when you let them have any life, that's kind of a problem. Oh, my, that was great. Man, they're doing great against the run right now. Von Bell got Breece Hall for a 1-yard loss in the backfield. Doesn't go anywhere. Absolutely stuffed. Not only we can do that against the passing game. Can we sack Joe Flacco, please? Bengals absolutely own Joe Flacco throughout his career. It'd be nice if we could kind of flex on that right now. I know we're winning, but, a sack, some pressure, something, please. Like, I got to do better than what we're doing right now in terms of that. Trey Hendrickson does get the pressure on that play, but Joe Flacco gets it off, and it's going to go for first down. Did get some actual pressure, though. So that's nice to see. Trey Hendrickson got in the backfield. Only could have gotten in the backfield a little quicker. But, I mean, you are going up against Joe Flacco, and his main thing is he's a good statue pocket passer. He's going to be aware of what's happening around him. So he'll get the ball off if he feels like there's pressure coming. So you just got to keep doing that over and over and over again, and hopefully you'll get it. Jets returner did get destroyed, Aaron. All right, there we go. Finally, I'm talking about it. Sack. Cam Sample gets the sack. Ball comes out, but I think Joe Flacco's down. Mike Hilton gets on it, but again, I think he's down. So we finally got a sack. Defense, that's what you want to see, man. Oh, no, that's no. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. That ball came out before his knees were not down. That is a fumble. That's a fumble recovered by the Bengals. Are we not? Yo. Dude, these refs, man. These refs are the refs are trying to screw us today. These refs are absolutely awful today. The T. Higgins touchdown, the Jamar Chase fumble, the Joe Flacco fumble. That was a fumble and a recovery by the Bengals. Trey Hendrickson with the sack. I spoke it into action. And looks like Joe Flacco fumbled again, but Jets fall on it. So that one's legitimately recovered by the Jets this time. There we go. This defense is waking up now, man. This defense is waking up now. They should have had a fumble recovery. They've got 2 sacks. This is what I'm talking about. Joe Flacco definitely fumbled on that play. But I believe Elijah Vera Tucker fell on it. Is that right? No, it might have been Fan. No, it was Vera Tucker. Yeah, Vera Tucker. 3rd and 24. It's not over yet. Bengals have let bigger plays go before, but Joe Flacco throws a screen for some reason. Michael Carter. I don't really know what the Jets were doing with that play. Michael Carter gets about 4 yards in the play, but who really cares? Man, if the Bengals had called that play, I would have been lambasting Zach Taylor right now because that would be an example. That's an example of poor play calling right now. Bengals, however, have been having very good play calling today, especially on offense. Like I said, the main reason that they're not winning by more is because Jamar Chase has been having a really bad game. All right. Punt is fielded by Trent Taylor. He gets a bit of a room on the outside, so pretty decent return. Gets the ball up to about the 25, 26. So a good return on that play. Bengals going to be starting out with at least not bad field position. So, that's a plus. Joe Burrow's coming out on the field. All right, guys. All right, so the Bengals are playing well. Keep this up. We'll be 1-2 by the end of it. And I've said this before, but you remember what happened last time? Somebody told the media and fans to relax when the team was 1-2. That would be Aaron Rodgers, and that team ended up probably should have gone to the Super Bowl, but lost to the Seahawks in overtime on a coin flip. But they started out 1-2 that year. They were not looking good for the first 3 games total. The Bengals getting together a little faster, the Packers won their week 2 game, but they won it in ugly fashion too. So Bengals getting it going a little bit better. I know it's the Jets. For what it's worth, I know it's the Jets. So if we win this game, I'm not going to be like, oh, the Bengals are back. We beat the Jets. But we lost to the Jets last year. So, for what that's worth, can't really underestimate any NFL team. And at least the offense is going. At least the offensive line is playing well against what a lot of people consider to be a very good Jets defensive line. Now, I expressed how I don't really feel that they're as good as everybody thinks earlier in the stream. Because quite honestly, the numbers say that, they're actually below average in terms of a pass rush this year. And we're talking about PFF grades, right? We're not just talking about pure numbers where it's like, oh, well, they haven't had very much time to put up numbers and, whatever, blah, 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 early in the year. You could maybe make the argument about it being early in the year and they'll get it together, but you could make the argument about every single NFL team. Well, yeah, the rest of them will get it together too. So are the Jets going to be able to keep up eventually? The fact of the matter is, per PFF grading, I believe they were ranked 19th in the NFL in pass rushing grade. They're ranked with their grade is a 65.7, by the way. So that's not bad. That's okay-ish, but it is below average in terms of and they're really quite, which is frustrating because Joe Mixon's not having a good game, but they're really quite bad when it comes to rush defense. They're ranked 21st, which is obviously pretty low. Joe Burrow single back formation, fakes the handoff to Joe Mixon, heaves the ball, and it's going to be caught again by that man, T. Higgins. And it is going to be helmet-to-helmet hit. It's going to be unnecessary roughness on the Jets. And, oh, my God, T. Higgins is hurt. That's not good. He's saying he's okay, though. He's saying he's fine. I think he just got shook up a little bit. But they're going to have to give him concussion protocol, but he says he's fine. But, yeah, the Jets – so T. Higgins gets the play, and they're going to tack on an extra 15 because the Jets just, smashed him in the head. Who was that? Let's see. Sauce Gardner. Nope. Oh, that was a Vontaze. Ooh, that was Vontaze perfect. That was remember when Antonio Brown got hurt in the playoffs and then after which went totally insane as a human being? Yeah, that was what just happened there. So yeah, clearly LaMarcus Joyner. Do better, dude. What a horrible hit. And hey, look, the refs called unnecessary roughness on somebody doing something to the Bengals. That's something that didn't happen at all last year. Seems like the refs are being a little bit nicer to us this year, actually trying to protect our players. T. Higgins going out right now, but I think that's more of a mandatory precaution. He says he's fine. I think he'll be back. But he looks fine to me. But then again, obviously you got to, when it comes to concussions and stuff, you got to get up to a person and got to do the whatever tests. I don't know what tests they do, but he's going into the tent right now. I think just to be evaluated, though. He looks fine. We'll see, but you do mandatorily have to go out after something like that happens. At least for one play, I think. He'll probably be out for a few plays. Joe Burrow motions a man. I think that's Devin Asiasi, the new tight end signing. Joe Mixon. Very good run, about 9 yards. Finds a seam finally. And it was to the left side, by the way, but it also was not. It was not straight into the offensive line. It was to the left side in general, and you got great blocking there by Devin Asiasi, and then Jonah Williams with a key block. So hey, there you go. Do more of that. Jonah Williams has been struggling a little bit this year, so it's nice to see him doing something good. Joe Burrow shotgun snap, hands the ball off to Joe Mixon again, who is going to fall forward for the first down. This offense is good, man. This offense has finally been getting it together this year, and I know it's the Jets, but allegedly they have a really good defensive line, and Sauce Gardner is playing really well as a rookie. And he's been torturing Jamar Chase out there today, for what that's worth. So, I'll just say if the Bengals have a good offensive performance, defensive, whatever, it's the Jets, but a good offensive performance, I'll feel pretty good. Feel pretty good about the direction this team's going. Joe Burrow fakes doesn't really fake the handoff very well. Throws the ball to Joe Mixon, but I think he was honestly just trying to avoid pressure. Good play there by Joe Burrow, though. I'm sick and tired of him just holding on to the ball and taking sacks. He was under pressure, and he got rid of the ball instead of taking a sack and killing momentum. I think the idea there was to try to get it to Joe Mixon, but just throw it near Joe Mixon so that you didn't get intentional grounding. But you're out of the pocket anyway, so I would have just thrown it away. That wasn't a very good pass, and quite honestly, that was closer to being intercepted than it was caught by Joe Mixon, although that would have also been an incredible catch by the Jets defender. So, all right. Joe Burrow hands the ball off to Joe Mixon, who goes nowhere. That was a bad play. Don't do that again. Oh, boy. That's not what you want to see. That was a terrible play. And that was the right side of the line too. Man, look at me. Make me look like a fool. Thanks, Joe Mixon, or offensive line or whatever. Not great. Not what you want to see, but whatever. All right, so Joe Burrow is in shotgun formation once again with Joe Mixon to his left. I imagine this is going to be a passing play. It is. And decent amount of pressure. Joe Burrow's running around. Gets out of pressure. Finally, we're seeing that. And Jamar Chase catches the ball, but he does not catch it in the end zone. And Jamar Chase, you're wrong. Like your feet were in the end zone, but the ball was not in the end zone. The ball is what matters. So Bengals going to have it on 4th and inches. I wonder, do you go for it here? Yeah. See, yes, man, I almost want to say like that's not even a catch because like he only had 1 foot down. Yeah, he only had that's. I'm not even sure that's a catch. That's only 1 foot down, and he comes down out of bounds. So maybe just run the play. Like if you're gonna go for it, just run the ball now. But no, I think the Jets are gonna challenge it. Yep, Jets are gonna challenge it. Yep, yeah, that's not a catch. I hate to say it, but I'm being honest. That's not a catch. And so, but no, I mean, I agree they were going to go for it on 4th because it's like 4th and inches. But, so, and that makes sense, right? It's 4th and inches. You want to get the touchdown. You have the lead. You got an 8-point lead. Defense is playing well enough to not allow points. So I do like the decision to go for it on inches. But if that's not a catch, though, I think you take the field goal here. Because you don't want to just hand the ball back to the Jets just for the hell of it. And with the way that the Jets defense is playing on the goal line right now, Joe Burrow, by the way, I just want to say like this is the Joe Burrow that we're used to. This is the Joe Burrow that we're used to. Like when there is pressure, there hasn't been a ton of pressure today. The offensive line's been doing well, but when there is pressure, Joe Burrow is doing a hell of a job getting out of it. And making plays happen. And that was the Joe Burrow that we saw last year. That is what we need to see more of if the Bengals are going to win, regardless of if the offensive line is playing well or not. This team is built around Joe Burrow having a superpower, and that is his superpower. His superpower is the ability to get out of trouble and make things happen. And if that's not happening, I don't know what you're doing, quite honestly. So I just want to point out Joe Burrow finally looking like the guy who we all knew he could be. Joe Burrow is playing like the team isn't playing super elite around him right now, but Joe Burrow is looking like the elite quarterback that we all know he is. And we all know he can be if he could just get out of his own way, which he very much was not the first 2 weeks. So it's nice to see Joe Burrow playing like that, man. But yeah, 14-6. I think you take the field goal here. Now, again, if you're on the inch-yard line, or the inch line, is probably the way you say that. If you're on the inch line, I think you definitely try to go for it there because you've got a lead. You got an 8-point lead, and the defense is playing well enough to not allow points, or at least not allow touchdowns. So I think at that point, I think that would be a good call to like take the risk and go for it. But now that you're on the 4, because you're going to get backed up. Now, I mean, maybe the refs are stupid because they've been stupid all game. Maybe the stupidity works out in our favor this time. I don't think it's going to though. So from the yard line you're at, I think, and it looks like they got they haven't said yet what's happening, but the Bengals got the field goal unit out there, so I'm assuming they probably also believe that was not a catch. And so yet another poor turn of events for Jamar Chase, who is just having a terrible game. T. Higgins playing great. He's on the bench. He's looking fiery and everything like that, so I think he's okay. I think he'll probably be back on the next series. Jamar Chase, you got to get together, brother. Like, that's all I'm saying. Bengals should be ahead by a lot more than they are right now. Evan McPherson field goal is up. It's a short field goal. It's a chip shot, and he's got it in. And Cal Adamitis, the absolute legend, still playing well. You love to see it. Bengals with the 17-6 lead. And so that's a 2-possession ball game right now. And but then again, they got up on the Jets last year and lost. So I'm not saying it's over. But I'm also saying, like, this is what you want to see. You want to see them get up on a team and just keep the clamps down. Jamar Chase, get your shit together, please. I don't know what's wrong with you today, but you are not like you're getting. Okay, T. Higgins, great player, but right now T. Higgins is looking like like a top 10 wide receiver right now, and Jamar Chase is looking like a rookie. That's not great. And Jamar Chase has had some good plays this year too. Like that's the thing. It's not like he's been doing this all year. But T. Higgins definitely having the much better game out of the two right now. So I challenge you, Jamar Chase, do better. We need to see more from you. Evan McPherson kicks the ball for a touchback. The Jets are going to get the ball at the 25-yard line. And I would like to see more of what we saw out of the defense. More sacks. Actually get a turnover instead of like teasing turnovers, which is what they've been doing all year. They've been teasing turnovers and not actually getting them. Now, I will say Joe Flacco fumbled that ball. But not the other one, not the one that was recovered, but the one that was recovered by the Bengals. That was a fumble. They ruled it not a fumble. Joe Flacco fakes the handoff, and oh my God, that was caught. Massive, huge, gigantic hit on Garrett Wilson there by, I believe, Von Bell. A totally clean hit, by the way. I mean, that was a rough hit, and Garrett Wilson is down, and he's not doing well. But he caught the ball. Give him credit for catching that ball. But like totally clean hit. I know it was by Jesse Bates. Good, clean hit by Jesse Bates. It was with the shoulder. Now, it was blindside, and it was very hard to hit. So, I mean, I can't imagine that feels good for Garrett Wilson by any means. But that was a totally clean hit. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to jar the ball loose. And unfortunately, Garrett Wilson is looks like he's pretty badly hurt right now. Hey, look at CJ Uzama. How you feeling about moving on, bro? Like, I mean, I know we got off to a bad start, but who are you gonna trust for the rest of the year? Joe Flacco or Joe Burrow? That's all I gotta say about that. Even the version of Joe Flacco that won the Super Bowl, I'd still take Joe Burrow over. So, best of luck to Garrett Wilson, though. Doesn't look good right now, but I hope he's just shaken up. Hope it works out for him. Don't want to see stuff like that happen. Don't love to see it. But again, totally clean hit by Jesse Bates. He hit with the shoulder, and I think it just connected weird for Garrett Wilson. I don't know, but I don't want to speculate too much on what the injury is. I just want to point out that you don't love seeing that. Even if it is a clean hit, you don't really want to see guys get hurt. So, but anyway, Bengals. Also, what you don't want to see is giving up. Like after how good that drive went last the last drive. You also don't want to see them just giving up. Like passing plays to dudes like straight down the middle for like 15 yards. And I will say, by the way, again, I know I said it, but I want to emphasize, I don't want to just talk about Garrett Wilson getting hurt on that play. I want to emphasize how great of a job that was for him to hold on to the ball, because I mean, quite honestly, if he got injured like that, and then he still held on to the ball, even though he wasn't fully in control when he got hit, and then he came down with it. Bro, I got to give it up for that. I've got to give it up for that. That's impressive. So, I mean, Garrett Wilson, just hopefully you're okay. But either way, your sacrifice was not in vain. I will personally, at the very least, remember that as being a very good catch by you. And also very poor coverage by the Cincinnati Bengals. But also, a great job by Garrett Wilson to hold on to that. So, Wrangler commercial. Probably shouldn't even point that out, right? I'm not. They're not sponsoring me. They're not giving me any money. I shouldn't talk about their product on TV, especially when I don't even use them. I don't even really think I have. I think Levi. And that's not true either. I actually don't know. I'm not really a clothes loyalist at all. Like when I buy jeans, I usually just go to Goodwill and get whatever fits. All right, Joe Flacco hands the ball off to Michael Carter, who is met in the backfield. And he cannot go anywhere. Gets out of the first tackle, but cannot get anything out of it after that. And the Bengals' run defense is playing fantastic today. Kenny Wilson. Shot at Kenny Wilson. He's probably not feeling great about his son. Big ups, man. That was a hell of a catch, though. I gotta say, I hope you're fine. And look at that. Look at that. Garrett Wilson shaking hands with Jesse Bates. Hey, man, no hard feelings. That was a clean hit. It was a good hit. So, you do like to see that to some extent. Not getting hurt, but sportsmanship. Good pressure by the Bengals defense on Joe Flacco there. And because of it, he massively overthrows a guy. Now, there's decent coverage there by Cheeto Awuzie, but I still think that if Joe Flacco had thrown a better ball, that probably would have been a big play for the Jets. So it's going to be 3rd and 12. If you can get him off the field here, that'd be nice. But man, I'm telling you, I would really like a turnover, please, for the love of God. I spoke it into existence last week on Twitter. Can I do it again? Turnover, please. Joe Flacco, shotgun snap, no pressure. And there's a pick. I spoke it into existence again. Logan Wilson with the interception. I did it again, y'all. Oh, my God. And he gets and he fumbled, but I think the Bengals got it back. Yep. Okay, so Mike Hilton with the amazing return fumbles the ball on the interception like an idiot, but it looks like it was recovered by Trey Flowers, I think. But let's go, dude. Logan Wilson. Oh, my God. I love that guy. Logan Wilson, one of my favorite players on the Bengals with the clutch interception. Right as I said, they need a pick right here. As I'm talking about it, I spoke it into existence 2 weeks in a row. So maybe I just need to talk about it more. Maybe that's what it is. Trey Flowers with the great heads-up play to go get that fumble recovery. And George Fant punching the ball out on Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson, you gotta hold on to that ball, brother. But thank God for the interception. You love to see it. Oh, that's what they need to do. That's what this defense needs to do, man. Joe Burrow. Oh, yikes, dude. What the hell was that? Joe Burrow, a lot of pressure, can't get out of it, but gets rid of the ball. That's important, I think. He got rid of the ball. Didn't take the sack, got rid of the ball. It's going to be 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and 17. So, offensive line's got to block a little bit better, but Joe Burrow doing a much better job of being heads up today, getting rid of the ball instead of just trying to overextend plays that are just not there, giving up on plays when they need to be given up on instead of taking massive losses. That's huge. All right, Joe Burrow throws the ball, and oh God. Hayden Hurst couldn't come down with it. It was thrown a little bit behind him. He tipped it, almost picked off by number 3 there, by Jordan Whitehead. Almost picked up by Jordan Whitehead, but he bounced it against his face mask and couldn't come down with it. Oh, my God. And for what it's worth, it still overall would have been a fine turn of events, because it basically would have backed the Jets up by about 20 yards from where they were. And the defense still has momentum at that point. But, whatever. 3rd and 10, ball's on the 25. You are in field goal range. So, if you get a field goal here, I'm not super upset considering the state of the game, but you get gifted field goal position. You got to do something about it, man. What was that? False start? Delay of game. Why are we? That's the 2nd delay of game of the day, dude. I'm over here talking about Joe Burrow's awareness and how great he is at being aware and he's shown his superpower today, but it's not aware of the play clock today. That's the 2nd delay of game penalty we've had. You're still in field goal range. It's not a big deal. But if you get sacked, that could be a problem. Anyway, it's 3rd and 15. Can we please, got a key interception. Can we please just not go backwards 5 yards? Whatever. Joe Burrow, shotgun formation. Finds Jamar Chase, who actually fucking catches it. And he gets those 5 yards back. So we went all of about 2 inches with the massive, amazing interception there by Logan Wilson. Ran it all the way back to the 25-yard line. No, actually, he ran it back to like the 10-yard line, then fumbled back 15 yards. But with that amazing play, you're going to get a field goal out of it. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'll take 20-6, but 24-6 would have felt a lot better. And it's just like, man, like, the Jets are no strangers to coming back from deficits. Got to do better. Did he miss it? Okay, he got it. Okay. Evan, bro. Oh, my God. Evan McPherson almost, like, pushed that wide left. He didn't know. He got it just in the upright. So, like, I guess I can't criticize too hard. But it looked like I thought he missed it. I would have been so mad. Like, that was one of the biggest problems. The Bengals, one of the Bengals' biggest problems under the Zach Taylor era has been, like, you know, when they get amazing field position, they have a tendency to do nothing with it. So they're still kind of doing that. You don't love to see that. Sorry, I just got a few people talking shit. Offense is playing well, but sloppy on penalties, 2 delay of game penalties. Like, yeah, we're looking at a lot of the same crap, man. Like, oh boy, please score over 20 points for the first time since fucking week 15 last year. Yeah, that'd be nice, dude. We got to get to 30, man. Like, this offense can put up 30 plus points a game. Like, especially with the way the Jets defense is playing. Like, okay, now first of all, for what it's worth, you got plenty of time left to go get 10 more points, but still, like, it's just like, you know, even when the offense is playing well, you feel like they're not quite living up to their potential. That's part of the problem. Like, they probably should be doing better than they are right now. But at the same time, like, I can't bitch too hard about being up 14 points. So we got 5 minutes to go in the first half. I mean, there's still time to go get more points. Perhaps they could end up with it's a long shot, but perhaps they could get to 30 before the end of the half, and that would be really good. That would be impressive. And then, like, I mean, really, all you got to do is just, like, maintain in the second half. Don't let a whole lot of big stuff go on defense, and just try to, like, you know, I mean, like, if you have some explosive plays and you, like, pile on even more, then great. But I mean, honestly, if you somehow get to 30, and don't really, you know, let the Jets score much, but if you somehow get the score to like 30-6 or something like that, or 34-6, that'd be nice. Or hell, dude, even another touchdown, like 27-6 going into the half. Really, it's just at that point about playing, you know, the maintenance game. Don't fall asleep. Don't get, like, so conservative that you don't try for anything. But I mean, you don't have to take as many shots at that point. You can be careful and not have to worry about potentially, you know, turning the ball over or anything like that. And just, you know, don't give the Jets life. You know, you don't have to act like, I mean, if you get up like 30-6 at the halftime, I think that's about as close as you can get to, like, putting a team to sleep anyway, in the first half. But the point is, if you do it now, you don't have to do it in the second half, and you can just play the maintenance game, and just make sure that, you know, you don't blow like a 24-point lead. Joe Flacco fakes the handoff, throws the ball, and it's almost intercepted again by Cheeto Awuzie. Oh my God, I told you we own Joe Flacco. The Bengals own Joe Flacco. Be nice if Cheeto would come down with that interception. Let's see what happens here. Gets his hands on the ball, cannot hold on to it. Would have been out of bounds anyway because he's not a receiver. He's not going to toe tap it. But hey, great. I like regardless of whether I wanted that to be an interception, still great play by Cheeto there. You know, good job. Joe Flacco is kind of melting down right now. Love to see it. Great run stop there by Trey Hendrickson. Doesn't finish the tackle, so lets him get about 1.5 yards on the play. But hey, man, the run defense in particular is really impressing me right now. All right. And we just passed the 5-minute mark. in the second half, get the ball back to the offense, get some more points on the board. Now that would be nice. By the way, the whole like getting to 30 thing, I don't think it's going to happen because like the offense is probably going to try to drain time off the clock. I'm just saying it'd be cool as hell. Great. For the people who are watching, if I clap like that, does it hurt your ears? Because I just realized I'm doing that right next to the microphone. So if that's a problem, let me know. But hey, great pass coverage by Eli Apple though. Doesn't just knocks the ball away, doesn't let anything happen there. Defense is really kind of getting their shit together now. So the offense is going to have the ball back with plenty of time left and a timeout. So you got like 4:43 left. I mean, it'd be great if they could get like a real quick score right now. Maybe they can even do that whole getting to 30 thing. Trent Taylor gets the ball, returns it for about 10 yards or so. Almost had a really good play where he beat a guy like in the process of returning the ball, but he wasn't fast enough. The guy caught up to him and he tackled him. But hey, I'll take it though. The Bengals on the whole are playing at worst decently and at best very explosive. So this is what you want to see out of defending AFC champions. Now, again, I know it's the Jets. Don't let me come on here and be like, we're going back to the Super Bowl because we beat the Jets. But we're dominating the Jets right now. And we honestly should, if it weren't for a few mental errors, we should be dominating them by a hell of a lot more than we are right now. So, I'm just saying, dude, this Bengals team is still a very good football team. Don't count them out. Joe Burrow hands the ball off to Joe Mixon, who just gets absolutely swallowed up. There's, a great play by the Jets there, I will say. I don't think there's much Joe Mixon could have done with that because he was heading in a direction. By the time he even started heading that direction, people were all over him. So, I mean, it's the only thing is maybe you can see what's happening, what's developing before you get the handoff, and maybe you could cut or something like that. But yeah, in general, that was a great play by the Jets. I don't blame Joe Mixon for that one necessarily. 2nd and 12, though. You don't love to see that, especially after a good return by Trent Taylor. Joe Burrow fakes the handoff, goes ahead a little bit, gets the ball to Samaje Perine, basically picks up those 2 yards they just lost. So, I mean, honestly, right now, Joe Burrow is playing the don't take losses game, which is fine. I'd like him to push the ball a little bit, though. But hey, it's better than throwing 4 interceptions against the Steelers. Or barely doing anything of note against the Cowboys, That Cowboys defense wasn't great either. So I'd say the fact that the Bengals are doing well against the Jets, that just, again, it doesn't show that they're top team in the NFL or anything, but it at the very least shows that they're capable of doing well. T. Higgins not able to reel that one in. Joe Burrow throws the ball. It's another one of those plays I don't understand. It's on 3rd down, you throw it just short of the sticks when a guy is in very tight coverage. So even if T. Higgins comes down with that ball, it's going to be 4th down. Can't come down with that ball, though. So not the best offensive drive. Offense is starting to sputter a little bit, but you've built enough of a cushion and a lead, and the defense is playing well enough that I think you can handle a 3 and out. You don't love to see it, though. That's the only thing. You want to see a little bit better than that, especially after a good punt return. Kevin Huber boots it deep, man. He gets it all the way down to about the 18-yard line where it's fair caught and would have gone out of bounds anyway. So Jets are going to get the ball at the 18-yard line, which is solid defensive field position. Defense is playing well. Jets got 3 minutes, and just don't let them get points before the half, man. That's all I'm asking you. Don't give the Jets momentum going into the half. Hell, if anything, get the ball back to your offense. Maybe they can try to take another shot to go down the field. Like I said, 27-6 sounds real good going into the half. Can we make that happen? Offense got to do better, but defense, just keep playing your game. Jets hand the ball off to Breece Hall and does a little bit better than some of these plays. Ooh, DJ Reader's hurt. That's not good. That's not good. DJ Reader's hurt. Crap. Doesn't look like he's desperately hurt, but it does look like he's hurt. That's not great. Crap. And now he's looking like that pain that issue is growing a little bit. He might be a little bit more hurt than I thought he was. Oh, great. Great. We might have lost DJ Reader. I mean, hopefully for no more than the game, but the way he's acting right now, I don't think he's coming back today. Not what you want to see. Not what you want to see at all. Not good. So Josh Tupou, I believe, is going to be the guy who's going to come in the game. And he's a solid player, man. Like, no disrespect to Josh Tupou, but DJ Reader is like a beast. Like, I mean, part of the reason that run defense has been so good is because he's been playing well. So you don't want to lose him, man. You do not want to lose him. Hopefully he's, not hurt too bad. He can come back after the half. But I think he's definitely done for at least a little bit. Dude, I'm hungry. I probably should have eaten before this stream, man. I'm not about to eat on camera or anything like that. So I'm going to have to wait until the end of the game. Not my favorite prospect, but, I'm stupid. It is what it is. Nate Burleson. Kind of interesting how he's just kind of blown up over the last few years. I like Nate Burleson. I didn't like him when he played for the Browns, but other than that, I like Nate Burleson. Solid guy, entertaining human being. All right. Hey, look at Jets jersey. Man. This defense, man, it's going to be 2nd and 5. They got a few more yards than I thought they did. Well, one more yard. I thought it was going to be 2nd and 6. Turns out 2nd and 5. So, whatever. All right. Who is in the game? Obviously, B.J. Hill. I think that is Josh Tupou. So, Joe Flacco gets the ball off behind the line. I think it's going to be holding on the Jets. But the Bengals bring down the pass that was thrown behind the line for some reason. I think just to get it off. I don't know why there was nobody around him. That was a really dumb play by Joe Flacco there. But I think it's going to be holding on the Jets here. And I guess the question is, do you take it to 3rd down? It's going to be 3rd down. So do you take 3rd down and 7 or 3rd down and 12? Or 2nd and 12? I think I would go with 3rd and 7. I think I would decline the penalty. Can you decline holding? I don't know. Holding. And they're just saying holding. They're not doing the whole thing. I don't even know. Hey, look, my podcast host is calling me. What's going on? What's up? Well, yes, but okay. So I'm gonna. Hey, just so you know, I'm streaming right now. I'm gonna put you on speaker. Okay. But so you said defense looks good. Joe Burrow looks inconsistent.
I forgot your statement. I should check it out. Yeah.
Oh, you're totally fine. I think it's good content for the stream, honestly. That's going to be holding, by the way. The Bengals are declining. There's just 2 holding penalties, and one of them gets declined. I don't even know. Whatever. Okay, so oh yeah. Holding's 10 yards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So yeah. Take the holding penalty then. But anyway, you said defense looks good. Joe Burrow looks inconsistent. Here's the thing, Thomas. Joe Burrow looks amazing today. It's not the offense does look inconsistent, but Joe Burrow has, and we'll talk about this on the podcast because I really want to talk about how good Joe Burrow looks right now. But he's recognizing pressure. He's getting rid of the ball. He's not taking gigantic losses like he did in the first 2 games. I really like what I'm seeing from Joe Burrow right now. Jamar Chase looks terrible today. I don't know what the hell's up with Jamar Chase. All right, and that's it's going to be a 10-yard pickup for the Jets, but it's still going to be 3rd down. That's why I would have declined it. 3rd and 7. Now it's going to be 3rd and 4. But yeah, Thomas. I think Joe Burrow looks really good today. The defense, I think the defense looks inconsistent because they're stopping the Jets from scoring. They did finally get a turnover, but the outside of a few plays here and there, they're not getting a lot of pressure on Joe Flacco. And they're still struggling to get turnovers. So that's my I get where you're coming from. I think Joe Burrow's fine. So
I mean, y'all winning.
Yeah, no, we're winning. Now we were winning against the Jets last year and we screwed that up. So
well, hey, by the way, have you been looking at that score of the Ravens game?
No, what's up with the Ravens game?
It's 14-13. Ravens only up by 1 point. They're up 14-0. Patriots just scored 13 unanswered.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Hell yeah. Go Patriots. I predicted I will take being wrong about the Ravens winning that game for the I will take being wrong. I'll happily be wrong if the Patriots pull that game off. I still don't think it's going to happen. But I would love to see it.
I don't really think the Ravens. I don't know. Something's off about the Ravens this year. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe. I think there's a $350 million question that might be the answer, or a $350 million answer that might be the answer to my question. Whatever. It's Sunday afternoon.
I'll tell you one thing though. Like the two teams that are making me look really stupid right now, the Raiders and who is it? The Commanders. They're both getting destroyed. I thought they were going to win this week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll pick both of those against you.
No, you picked the Titans too, I think. Or I mean, you picked the Raiders too, I think.
They're gonna get destroyed by Titans.
Yeah, but
I think that one wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, you did pick the Eagles.
Of course, you think I'm gonna pick Carson Wentz? He's trash. He's trash.
But he hasn't been trash. Like, I mean, he's not doing well today. I know it's only 2 weeks, but that's like not a non-zero sample size. He hasn't done a lot today, but he also hasn't been turning the ball over. So I mean, that's important.
We'll review the tape later because I haven't been watching it. But the only game that matters to me right now is the Patriots will beat the Ravens, because I'm pretty sure you guys are going to beat the. I don't say you're going to beat the Jets, but if the Browns are the only team above 500 in this division, while we're being laughed at all off season, and then we go against the Falcons next week, so we're probably going to be in first place for another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And if I got to go 2 weeks with the Browns in first place, get ready.
Yeah, I feel you. See, this is what I was talking about, though. I think the defense is the inconsistent one, because Joe Flacco just got like a 10-yard pass with nobody covering. I think it was Breece Hall, and then the next play, Bengals almost get a sack on Joe Flacco. He gets the ball away, but almost got a sack. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the defense is the inconsistent one here. I mean, the offense is inconsistent, but Joe Burrow is not inconsistent. Joe Burrow was great today.
I'll give you that. I mean, y'all have 20 fits. I mean, look, Joe Flacco, the one thing about Joe Flacco, the one thing about him is he has him credit. He follows the defense. He's a veteran quarterback, man.
Well, he's a veteran quarterback, and that's his whole that's his whole MO. That's the thing that he does well, is he stands in the pocket and finds open receivers.
Yeah.
Like he's an old school quarterback, but he does it. That's always been his bread and butter.
Yeah, he's the JBL of quarterbacks. You know JBL from WWE?
Nope, I don't pay attention to wrestling. Bengals got 3rd and 6, by the way. Joe Flacco shotgun snap. Decent pressure, but then they just run into each other. But Joe Flacco misses Breece Hall. We were just talking about him finding open guys and getting the ball to him. That's not how you do that, Joe Flacco.
Oh, you're ahead of me by like a couple of seconds.
I got you. It's good because I'm usually behind you, bro. Especially if I'm gonna stream, I better be ahead of people, because then they can like pause my stream a little bit and sync it up. But if I'm behind, it's really hard for unless if you have like NFL Game Pass like me, then you can pause the game and sync it up with the thing. But like you can't pause a TV broadcast unless you have like DVR or something.
Gotcha.
Oh wow, what a punt, dude!
What's up with Carolina, man?
They suck.
They're 13-0.
Are they up 13-0?
13-0.
Well, I guess then my answer to that is Baker Mayfield's a good quarterback, and we knew this.
Yeah. I do think that like he's gonna turn around. Like, I think they could win a few games. The NFC is so bad. The NFC is so bad, and Baker Mayfield is better than a lot of quarterbacks in the NFC. And I think people are gonna start realizing that. I'm gonna play the Cardinals next week.
Joe Burrow shotgun snap, throws the ball to Joe Mixon, but I don't know what that was. Joe Mixon did get his head around. Probably better, though, because he would have gotten smacked in the backfield. Probably better that he dropped that.
Baker Mayfield 7 for 13 for only 44 yards. What are you doing? Being dunking?
I will say one thing. Like the ESPN box score says that the Panthers have I'm guessing it probably is a touchdown in the first half or in the first quarter and 2 field goals in the second quarter. Joe Burrow shotgun snap, throws the ball to Joe Mixon, who again drops it. This is stupid. But anyway, the ESPN box score is not saying that anybody has a touchdown. Yet they got 7 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think it was either a punt return touchdown or it
was a fumble touchdown.
Block punt touchdown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I take it back then. Baker Mayfield is not particularly doing. He's doing about as well as Carson Wentz right now, which is not turning the ball over, but still not playing particularly well.
47 passes from 44. How the hell you only have 44 yards with 7 completions?
He's just not good. He's not pushing the ball. Speaking of pushing the ball, oh my God, dude. Joe Burrow finally gets sacked for the first time today. Jets call a timeout. Joe Burrow gets sacked for the first time today, and they're going to punt. That sucks. But hey, defense is playing well, so whatever.
I don't know, but the last 3 drives, man, it just feel like they didn't get a lot of pressure on dude.
Well, no, they haven't though. That's the thing. Like, I mean, they've had a little bit of pressure, and that was one instance. But dude, Jamar Chase tried to like take Sauce Gardner's mouthpiece. Like he just got fined for that against the Steelers like 2 weeks ago, and he's trying to do it again. That's funny.
Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of your stream. I'm gonna go to the bar and watch the games. I can watch the game, watch the Guardians game. The Guardians got Cincinnati.
Baseball. Wee.
Dude, the Guardians are one of the best teams in baseball. Like,
I mean that's fair. You like what you like. I'm not saying you shouldn't like what you like. I'm just saying like.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when people insult Browns fans this year, Browns fans are like, they're less inclined to clear care because, like, I think we all nothing y'all could do could hurt us worse than what happened this offseason. For one, and two, we got other teams now. We get the Cavs and the Guardians are both pretty good. So, like, if the Browns are bad, then we just gonna watch something else.
That's fair.
Yeah. Peace.
Say it, bub. All right, so I will say, as I was talking to Thomas, it is worth pointing out the offense has been quite bad the last couple of drives. Not loving seeing that. But anyway, Joe Flacco takes a shotgun snap, and oh my God, Breece Hall gets absolutely wrecked by Von Bell. Von Bell is on a headhunt today, dude. Like not in a dirty way, but I mean he is smacking dudes. Like, I almost kind of wish that Breece Hall had caught that because it would have kept the clock running. They would have had to waste a timeout. But whatever. I'm not going to take a great play by Von Bell and say that it's a bad thing necessarily. 27 seconds left in the half. Bengals offense couldn't do a damn thing. Jets offense is trying to do something. Joe Flacco throws the ball, gets the ball, completes it, and gets it just about into field goal range. This is what I'm talking about, man. Like, this defense is really good at like kind of like stopping them eventually, but not really in time. And I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like 20-9 at going into the half is fine, but like I want better than that, That was Tyler Conklin on the catch, by the way. Tyler Conklin caught it for not a first down, but about 8 yards on the play and just damn near in field goal range. Now that's like the dregs of field goal range too. So I mean, it's no guarantee. But Greg Zuerlein, I will say, he's got a leg. Like, he's not always super accurate, but he's got a booter. Like, you know, if he will get it far enough, I think. It's just a question of whether he'll get it accurate enough. Joe Flacco throws the ball to Michael Carter. Breece Hall, I don't know why I keep saying Michael Carter, who gets the first down because the Bengals defense just cannot tackle. That's Eli Apple, by the way, on the whiff tackle. I mean, okay, so first of all, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I appreciate what Eli Apple does do, but he just has way too many plays like that are just stupid, right? Like, I mean, he does some good stuff from time to time. Like, Bengals don't go to the Super Bowl without Eli Apple making that tackle against the Chiefs. But, like, it's way too inconsistent with him, man. This is why I wanted to see the Bengals go get a new cornerback last year. I wonder, let's see, Jets have no timeouts left. I wonder if the Bengals, because if they run a play here, well, they'll probably spike it. They can probably get it up to the line quick enough to spike it. But man, you're gonna have to like do a quick outside throw is what they're gonna try to do here. Joe Flacco, shotgun snap, throws, and it's to nobody. That's pretty much what I figured. He was gonna, leave some time on the clock and throw it out of bounds if he didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. Fair enough. Looks like he's staying out on the field, which I guess makes sense. You probably have if you're gonna do that again, you probably have another play in you. But what will be hilarious? Like if like the Bengals tackled him in bounds and the Jets ran out of time. That would be funny. Can we manifest that? Speak that into existence. I spoke the interception earlier into existence. Can we do that again? Run the clock out. That would be funny. That was weird. He had Cam Sample out there in pass coverage, like wide pass coverage. I guess you got somebody out there who is going to tackle well. Just in case they try to get like a few extra yards or something. But Joe Flacco throws it out of bounds again. You got 3 seconds left. Greg Zuerlein's going to come out onto the field, and he's going to be kicking from, if they would show a better angle, going to be kicking from, they're calling it a 52-yard attempt. So I want to say that's probably about the 34 and a half yard line. Kick is up, and it's good. Wasn't the best kick I've ever seen, but it was at least straight. So, flag. What's the flag? I think there's a flag on the Bengals. They're declining it, and they're going to give them the field goal. So, we're going to go into the half. It's going to be 20-9. Bengals got a 20-9 lead, so that's 13. Is that right? No, that's not right. 20-9. 29, it's 11. So 11-point lead going into the half. I don't know why I can't do simple basic math in my head. But Bengals got an 11-point lead going into the half, which we had an 11-point lead on the Jets last time. Offense has got to do better, man. Offense has got to step it up. They were doing well there for a minute, but they just kind of sputtered and stopped. And then the defense did what the defense does. They stop them from getting points, but they're not able to stop them from getting down the field. And when a field goal was perfectly within the realms of like, hey, that's good enough, because it's no longer, they're no longer up by 2 touchdowns now. Like it's still a 2-possession ball game, but it's a touchdown and a field goal. Well, I guess it is. You would have to get 2 touchdowns to be fair. It's an 11-point game, not a 10-point game. But at the same time, like, that's not the way I want to end the half. I mean, I know it's just a little tiny bit of momentum. Bengals are a great second half team, so hopefully the offense can make some adjustments to get back to the pace that they were on early in this game. But I don't know. But hey, if you had told me going into this game we'll have a 20-9 lead at halftime, I totally would have taken it. I'm not going to be upset about 20-9. That's a good start. Just got to finish it now. That's the main thing. Like, the Bengals have not always been great at finishing games. So can we finish? Can we actually bring this game in and win it? That's what I want to see. So we got about a 15-minute break at halftime. I am going to go take a lucky pee. Hopefully that helps the Bengals get their shit together. So I'll be back. All right, we're back. We are back, and I cannot keep my lighting proper. You know, I had an idea while I was gone. I noticed a lot of football streamers have a tendency to do what I just did. You know, like you're in the middle of a 4-hour stream. You're gonna have to go to the bathroom at some point. You're probably gonna want to eat at some point, et cetera, et cetera. So maybe it'd be good to have like they do this on TV a lot too, where they'll just kind of have like some sort of pre-recorded thing, like that can give you a break during a live type of thing. And especially since I don't have like commercials that you're gonna watch, and if YouTube does insert commercials, I wouldn't ever have any idea of when they're gonna be like in the middle of a live stream. Oh God, Eagles up 24-0. God, I look like an idiot from that one. But anyway, like I'm thinking, maybe I put together some sort of like a pre-recorded thing that I can just roll when I'm going to the bathroom, or even if I want to go grab something to eat or something like that. That might be a good thing. I think that's something that the football streaming community is severely lacking right now. But yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. I just felt like that was worth noting. So while we're at the half, like I said, I just want to point out a couple of things. The Bengals offense has been explosive today, but they kind of started lacking a bit of that explosiveness near the end of the half, and I really need them to get back to it. Halftime adjustments are a staple of the Zach Taylor Cincinnati Bengals, so I'm hoping that that'll work out in their favor this week. It certainly didn't when they played the Jets last time. Remember, they got up to an 11-point lead on them, but they had an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter, and then they squandered it. That was the main thing that happened there. But hopefully they can come back in the third quarter and they can continue pouring it on, because I just have a feeling the fourth quarter might be a rough quarter for them, the way the Jets play. So that's the main thing. But outside of that, let's see what's going on in the rest of the NFL. Looks like you got the Texans on top of the Bears, 17-13. I had picked the Bears to win this game. It looked like they have plenty of chance. Like Texans offense is starting to slow down. The Bears offense the Bears had a 10-7 lead, but they just need to pick that offense back up, I think is the main thing. You got the Titans really putting they were really putting the hurting on the Raiders. Looks like the Raiders are starting to put some things back together. It's 24-13 now, so maybe the Raiders can make a comeback and win that game. Chiefs on top of the Colts 14-10. I thought that was going to be a blowout, honestly. Like, I mean, Chiefs winning, that's what you expect, but oh wow, speaking of not expecting, the Bills and Dolphins are tied 14-14 with 13:02 left to go in the third quarter. So that's another game I thought was going to be maybe not a blowout, but at least a shootout. Like I wasn't expecting it to be like 14-14 at the half. Like I was expecting more like 28-21 or something at the half. You know, like something much more substantial than that. Lions and Vikings are also 14-14. That was one I was kind of going back and forth on. Looks like the Lions are driving a little bit right now. I picked the Vikings to win this game, but I was very torn. I think like I thought that like there was a pretty good chance for the Lions to come away and win this game, and I only took the Vikings just because like I think the Vikings are due for a bounce back after Monday Night Football, but you know maybe not. Patriots on top of the Ravens now. I did pick the Ravens to win this game, and it's also funny that the Ravens were up 14-0 at one point, and now they're losing 20-14. That's hilarious. Again, I did pick the Ravens to win this game, but I would be happy to be wrong because fuck the Ravens. Honestly. I mean, so to be clear, out of the three AFC North teams, I think I hate the Ravens the least, but they are a division rival. So I mean, I want them to lose for the sake of the Bengals, right? I want the Bengals to do well, which requires, especially with the bad start that they've had, it kind of requires, the other AFC North teams to kind of take a little bit of a tumble. So if the Ravens can start 1-2, the Steelers are probably also going to be 1-2, and then the Browns are 2-1. But lost to the Jets, maybe they might sputter a little bit. I don't know, but the Bengals could be in a three-way tie for second place if things end up going the way that I think they really could go. I'm sorry, the Steelers are already 1-2. I'm stupid. I'm not thinking about that properly. But okay, so what else is going on? Like we already know about the Jets being down to the Bengals 20-9, but can't ever you don't count the Jets out. Especially if you're the Bengals, it wouldn't be the first time that you blew a lead. It wouldn't be the first time you blew a lead to the Jets recently. So, for what that's worth. Eagles are absolutely smacking the hell out of the Washington Commanders right now. And it's not really it's not really the way you would think it would happen. You would think it would happen with Carson Wentz basically having a meltdown. But the fact of the matter is he's doing he is not driving the ball downfield. He's only got 24 passing yards on the day. And he's only completed 3 of his 10 passes. That's terrible. Oh my God, that is awful. Hello? Bork, are you trying to come in? Bork, come here. Come say hi to all the streaming people. I don't know if can you up? Yes. Oh, see, here's a good boy. There's a good boy on the live stream. Yes, it is. There's a good boy. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Go. Nice seeing you, though. Well, that was unexpected, but not unpleasantly unexpected. Anyway, Carson Wentz not doing a very good job of making anything happen today, but he's also not turning the ball over, so it's not entirely his fault, I don't think. But then again, I'm not watching the game, so maybe he's just awful at throwing the ball. I don't know. I just have to look into it later. I'll explain a little bit more, obviously, when we do the predictions recap on the Battle of Ohio podcast. But yeah, Eagles are making me look stupid for saying that they were frauds. Now, I mean, I wouldn't say smacking the hell out of the Commanders is an example of being super hella contenders. But I mean, it probably means you're not frauds. So I'm sorry, Eagles. I was wrong. Panthers are up 13-0 on the Saints. I am really shocked about that because the Panthers are god awful. And that 13-0, by the way, I believe, is it's not like Baker Mayfield. Me and Thomas were just talking about it. It's not like Baker Mayfield's having a good game. He's only got 44 passing yards on the day. Panthers aren't. They only got 97 yards rushing. so far. So, I mean, they're doing okay on the ground game. Not getting touchdowns, though. They're only touchdowns on a punt return, and then they've got field goals. So, I still don't think the Panthers are good, but it looks like they've been pretty lucky today, and their defense has been playing well. Not getting turnovers. Well, okay, they got one turnover, but for the most part, Saints Panthers defense looks like they've been playing similarly to the Bengals defense, in that they're doing fine, but they're not putting the wow factor on. But the offense isn't turning the ball over, and so they're just kind of like maintaining what they have, which really honestly is what if the Bengals could at least do that in the second half. Like, I want to see explosion, I want to see fun, I want to see fireworks, but I more than that, I just want to win. So, yeah, that's Panthers Saints, and then that's pretty much all the games that are going on right now. Later on, we got Jaguars Chargers. I obviously won't be watching that whole game because I'll be streaming through part of it because it is already 3:00 and we're at halftime, so I won't be able to catch that whole game. But I am interested in that game though because I think the Chargers are not like capital G great. And I think the Jaguars are a little underrated. They put a smackdown on the Colts. I think the Chargers and Jaguars are actually somewhat evenly matched right now, and I really think the Jaguars could come away with it. So I will be interested to see what happens there. You got the Rams and Cardinals. I believe I picked the Cardinals to win this game just because Cardinals aren't a horrible football team. I just don't think they're a very great football team. I think the Rams are hella inconsistent. So just like they were last year, I'm not saying they couldn't come back and win the Super Bowl again. Like, they got hot last year and that's how they won the Super Bowl. But don't forget, they also struggled quite a bit in the regular season last year too. Like, they almost didn't make the playoffs. Falcons, Seahawks, who cares? Seriously, who cares? I think I picked I don't remember. I think I picked the Seahawks to win, but I also don't care. Packers, Buccaneers. Buccaneers should probably win that game because they always do. 49ers, Broncos. I think the 49ers got it. But, yeah. For kickoff of the Bengals-Jets game, we're back in action now. So let's see what's going to happen. Robert Saleh. I think a very good coach. Jets get the ball first in the second half. Joe Flacco does a bit of a play action, cannot get the ball to Elijah Moore. I don't really know what he was doing there because Elijah Moore was open, not wide open, but open. Could have held that in. Bad pass by Joe Flacco. It's just Joe Flacco, man. That's what he does. Garrett Wilson's back. That's good to see. I'm glad to see he's back. Not going to the hospital or anything like that. He's playing again. Good on you, Garrett Wilson. Glad to see he's back. All right, Elijah Moore is motioning to the left, lining up in the tight end position. Now he's motioning back. Then you got Michael Carter with the ball again. Almost loses it. He reins it in, but it looks like he kind of bobbled that ball there for a minute, so that was dangerous. All right, so it's going to be 3rd down and 4. They're giving them the extra yard. I thought it would be 3rd down and 5. But I think just in general, the refs have a tendency to be a little bit more generous with yardage than I would be. Because, you've noticed I've been doing that with both teams, like the Bengals too. Like, I think the Bengals get 1 less yard than they actually do. I think the Jets get 1 less yard than they actually do. Maybe it's because I'm not on the field and it's because I'm looking at it from a TV angle. I don't know. But Joe Flacco takes the shotgun snap in empty and gets sacked, brought down by Trey Hendrickson. Really brought down by the whole defensive line, but Trey Hendrickson's the first one to get there. So I think he would have to give that credit. Oh, and there's a fumble. There's a fumble. B.J. Hill comes away with a fumble. There we go. There we go. Talking about those turnovers, man. Finally. You love to see it. Golly, man. That's 2 turnovers today. That's how you win football games, man. The defense finally looking like the defense that they really need to be. Not just, piddling away and making sure, he definitely fumbled that ball. I didn't even see that. But like I said, not just piddling away, stopping them from getting points, but letting them drive down the field sometimes, blah, 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 blah. No, they are imposing their will. They are getting pressure on Joe Flacco. They are getting turnovers. You love to see it. Now we got good field position again. Joe Burrow, shotgun snap, throws the ball to Tyler Boyd, who is not wide open, but fairly open, gets the ball down to about the 9-yard line. And that's what you wanted to see of the offense last time they had this field position. Like, this is basically the exact same field position they had after that Logan Wilson interception. And now it's 1st and goal. So they're putting it exact. I thought it got to the 9. They're putting it exactly at the 10. So see, there's one time where I thought they had more than what the refs are going to give you. Okay, that's fine though. 1st and goal. Exactly 10 yards to go, which is a little annoying that it's goal to go, but whatever. All right, so Joe Burrow gets out of a sack and runs it forward for about 6 yards, and he just got run into by what was that, CJ Mosley? He just fucking kneed him in the face. It's not like a late hit. That looked like a late hit to me, dude. Guess we're not gonna call it, whatever. Good play by the Bengals though. Joe Burrow. Not the best protection there. Jonah Williams is really struggling to keep somebody off of Joe Burrow, but Joe Burrow sees it immediately. Dude, yeah, he kneed him right in the face. Are we not calling that? If it was the Bengals, you would have called it. That's all I'm saying. If it was us, you would have called it. Whatever. Joe Burrow hands the ball off to Joe Mixon, who goes exactly nowhere. Jesus. Can we do better than that, please? 3rd down and goal. Come on, let's come away with a touchdown, man. I'm sick and tired of I'm sick and tired of just field goal because the offense can't actually do something. It's we have these big explosive plays and those are great, but we struggle in the red zone. Come on, man. Joe, use your superpower. He's an empty formation, so he's either going to scramble or he's going to throw it. Throws the ball wide open, Jamar Chase, who catches the touchdown. Finally, Jamar Chase does something today. He's alive, y'all. He has not fallen off into the deep abyss of nowhere. Jamar Chase exists. He's alive. Jamar Chase comes down with a touchdown, and he was wide open too. If he had that was the kind of wide open that if you don't catch that, then you're just I would have caught that ball. That was a soft, it was a little low, but I would have caught that pass from Joe Burrow. That's how easy that was. So I mean, not to take it away from Jamar Chase for doing it, but hey man, he's on the board. It's gonna be 27-9. That's what you want to see. Bengals offense coming out strong. Bengals defense coming out strong. 3rd quarter. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And still a lot of game left to play, but it's starting to look good, y'all. What was it that okay, so I'm gonna knock on wood real quick because I don't want to jinx anything. Real quick, I am a little curious. I forget exactly what the score was that the Jets came back from when they played the Browns last week. I want to say it was 16 points. There was a 16-point deficit. Last week won. I'm on the wrong week. Okay, Jets, Browns. Browns got 30 points. Still lost. Terrible. Looks like the furthest extent of it was the Browns were up 30-17. So 13 points? Is that right? Maybe not as severe as I thought it was. Yeah, 13 points. I think the kicker was that they had that 13-7 lead, and they lost it all in the 4th quarter. The Bengals lost a 11-point lead to the Jets in the 4th quarter last year, but 17 is worse, in fairness. But the Bengals right now have an 18-point lead, so the Jets would not have beaten the Browns if it had been an 18-point lead because they only won by 1 point. So, hopefully, worst case scenario, if the Bengals do collapse, it just goes to overtime or something like that. Again, knock on wood, not going to happen. We're going to win. It's going to be fine. But I am a Bengals fan, wouldn't be exactly the first time the Bengals have like, made you think, oh, we got this in the bag, and then they screw it up. So I gotta knock on wood, man. I'm not typically a super superstitious person, but man, the Bengals make me nervous. That's all I'm saying. Now, they're doing fine right now. They're doing fine right now. Like, there's no reason at all to really feel like, oh, it was gonna go sour. It's just like you got that. When you're a Bengals fan and things are going well, you always have that feeling in the pit of your stomach, like, how are they gonna screw this up? Now, often last year, you got that feeling, and then they found a way to not screw it up, especially as the year went on. That's how they got to the Super Bowl, was they managed to just not screw things up, which in the past they would have. Hopefully this team can continue on that success from last year of not screwing things up. Like, that's the thing. They never really got going week 1 and week 2. They were playing from behind. They had to play catch up and almost pulled off the comebacks. But they definitely didn't like blow any major leads or anything like that. So I think that's I think they did have a lead against the Cowboys at one point, but a very small lead, right? So hopefully they can just hold on to what they're doing and not screw it up. That's all I want. It's all I want for my birthday, which is in May. It's closer to Christmas, actually. Robert Saleh is not happy. I wouldn't be either. Michael Carter gets the handoff, takes it for about 2 yards, and there's going to be a flag. I didn't see anything wrong that the Bengals did, so I'm guessing it's probably holding. Illegal block in the back. What are they calling that? I don't recognize. What does this mean? I mean, it's clearly a... Wait, is it on the Bengals? It's on Zach Carter? What did he do? They're not even going to put it on. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what he did because the broadcast isn't putting it up on the thing. And again, I'm trying to listen to this on silent so that I don't mess up the broadcast. And also, I personally don't like noise going on while I'm trying to talk because it gets me off track. So anyway, Joe Flacco takes a shotgun snap. I guess. Oh my God, he caught that. Wow. Incredible catch by Elijah Moore. That pass was high by Joe Flacco, but he came down with that in triple coverage and got hit in the process, still came down with it. Von Bell tried to knock that out too. He's been doing a good job of that today, but not there. Poor pass coverage by Jesse Bates. Man, Jesse Bates is bothering me. Like, he's playing like he did in the regular season last year. Like, just not well. Not horribly. He's not like looking awful out there, but he's just not. It's like he's not trying. And, I mean, I'm sure he's trying, but Joe Flacco, shotgun pass, overthrows Elijah Moore, but really good coverage there by Cheeto Awuzie, and, good shadow coverage there by Jesse Bates, I suppose. But, man, Jesse Bates, what I'm saying, Jesse Bates did this last year. He got, like, real up in his head about the contract negotiations and stuff like that, and, like, it seemed like he was trying to punish the Bengals by not playing well in the regular season. And then when they got to the postseason, he's just like, I don't even know when I'm going to get back here again. I might as well just give it my all. I don't know if that's what happened. That's speculation on my end. It just really felt like Jesse Bates did not try very hard for the Bengals last regular season. It feels like that's happening again this year. Like, he's not playing like the Jesse Bates that we know. Like, I mean, he's not horrible by any means, but he's kind of playing like an average safety right now. And he wants, like, top safety money. Like, sorry, bro, you got to play better than that to earn it. Like, I mean, I know you did before, but, like, last year you definitely did not earn a, like, top safety salary until the postseason, which is just like, well, you need to do that more than that. George Fant's out. Interesting. That was the guy who I believe that was the guy who I believe helped Elijah Vera Tucker recover the fumble earlier that Joe Flacco had. Left tackle? Or is he the right tackle? He might be the right tackle. I don't remember off the top of my head. I got the roster right here. Let's see. And it says tackle. I could probably bring our lads up and see what they say he usually plays. I don't know. But or Pro Football Focus probably. Anyway, Joe Flacco, shotgun snap, play action pass, throws, gets about 5 yards down to CJ Uzomah for C.J. Uzama's first catch of the game against his former team. Not exactly his best game of all time so far. Not to be critical or anything, but it's not like, C.J. Uzama wasn't like an elite tight end for us or anything like that. He was a great leader last year, but beyond that, C.J. Uzama was always kind of like one of those fringe roster guys, He really came into his own last year. Oh, nice play there by Eli Apple. Almost picked it. Joe Flacco threw the ball up. Had a guy who was sort of open. Eli Apple takes a bit of a risky decision to go try. I think he tried to intercept it. He got enough of a hand on it, though, that Garrett Wilson couldn't bring it down, which is very, very important. Jets offense still on the field. It's 4th and 5. I guess the thought process is too long for a field goal, too short for a punt. I guess. I don't know. Maybe they're going to try to hard snap him or something. Nope. Joe Flacco takes a shotgun snap, throws, and I think that's overthrown. Yep. Good coverage there by Cheeto. Almost brought down by Elijah Moore, but just can't get it. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. Bengals offense going to get the ball back. And that's as good as a turnover. It's not quite the same thing. It doesn't give you quite the same amount of momentum, I think, as a turnover. But and that's partially because the Jets had to go for it, right? Like, it's like if you don't get a touchdown on this drive, you risk falling way too far behind. But here's the thing. Bengals got a short field now, and if they can get another touchdown, it's going to be 30. What? God, I cannot do math today. Jesus. I think 34-9, right? 27 plus 7, 34. I don't even have to do the calculation to know it. I just can't do it when it's in my head. I don't know. My brain, dude. I don't know. I don't know. But whatever. Point is the Bengals got it down. They got the turnover on downs, and we're going to get good field position of the offense. Maybe they can use it to the best of their abilities here. They've got enough field ahead of them now for potentially an explosive play or two, which I think might have been part of their problem. Is like when you start on the 25-yard line, it's kind of, you can't really it's not really enough field to put together an explosive play, just because it's such a short field. I think the Bengals operate best with a lot of space to work. Like the Bengals work best in space, I think is what I'm trying to say. I kind of wish they would work a little bit better in tight spaces. Because, red zone's not always the best with the Bengals, but they're doing all right, I suppose. Take a quick bite off camera, because I said I wasn't going to eat on camera, right? Here, we'll just do this. Welcome to the jungle with Kyle Phelps after dark. Sorry about that. I'm so freaking hungry, dude. Like, I didn't eat lunch. I probably should have eaten lunch. And I really don't want to wait until like 5 o'clock to eat, because then I'm going to eat super late. And I got to work on Monday, so I don't want to like eat super duper. Like, I don't want to eat lunch super duper late and then dinner right before I go to bed. So just trying to get it in now when I probably should have gotten it in a little bit earlier, but whatever. Anyway, back from commercial, looks like, showing off the New York farmers market. Dude, I'll tell you one thing. Like, I really like I know a lot of people talk crap about it because it's such a, big, like, soulless city and everything like that. But I like visiting. I wouldn't want to live in New York by any means. God help me. But I like visiting New York. It's a fun place to kind of play around in, you got to bring money. But if you bring money, it's a nice little place huge place to play around in. So I like it. Joe Burrow, single back snap, gives it to Jamar Chase, who gets out of a tackle, but not really enough. Still gets tackled in the backfield. So that play didn't work. Jets defense is doing quite well against the run today. I will say that. I can't right now. I'll be able to tell on a second playthrough if it's the Bengals' fault or if it's just the Jets being really good. I think it's a combination of both from what I've seen so far. because Joe Mixon's been having some vision issues. The left side of the line has been having some bad blocking issues. But the Jets have also been making some pretty good plays, too. So, all right, Joe Burrow motions a man. It's Joe Mixon who's motioned, by the way. Throws the ball, and it's caught by Jamar Chase, just short of the first down marker. About a 10-yard pickup. That was a low pass, but Jamar Chase managed to reel it in. So, get that man going. If we can get that man going, just like the season, like, if we can get that man going, like, this season's going to be a good season. That's all I'm saying. He's just got to get out of his own way. That's Jamar Chase's biggest problem right now. He's just in his own way. All right, so what I would do here is I would do a drag route because he only got 1 yard to go. I wouldn't trust Joe Mixon right now, or maybe I wouldn't trust the offensive line. I don't know. Either way, I would do a drag route to like T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd or something like that. I would not do a drag route to Jamar Chase right now because he is starting to kind of get a little his feet back up under him, but not enough, right? Like it's still like you're still like when he gets the ball, you're just like ooh, and he's starting to bring it down. But like I would use him more on first and second down right now, and like Tyler Boyd or T. Higgins on third down, like just a little drag route, like 2 yard drag route, give him a chance to like outrun the linebacker coverage, and just pick up first down real quick. That's the way I would do it personally. But then again, I'm not an NFL coach. Zach Taylor is. For all his sins, he's a lot better of a NFL coach than you are. And that is not the way I would do that. That was the problem they constantly have. It worked this time. Now, I should probably tell you what's going on. So Joe Burrow threw the ball to Jamar Chase. Exactly what I said not to do. And he threw the ball behind the line behind the first down marker and just like hoped that Jamar Chase could catch it, turn up field, and get the extra yardage, which is exactly what lost us an opportunity to win against the Cowboys, I think. And is just in general not the best strategy in the world. It worked there though, so whatever. And Jamar Chase brings it down. So, please, Jamar Chase, by all means, prove me wrong. Joe Burrow, single back snap, fakes the handoff, play action pass, throws the ball to Jamar Chase, but he only gets about 3 yards on that. Still, I take it. It's 2nd and 7's better than like 2nd and 10. But looked like that could have been a little bit better potential because Joe Burrow got out of the pocket and was scrambling with absolutely nobody behind him. You'd hope that at that point he can find somebody a little bit more open than Jamar Chase. Like, looks like they're calling it 4 yards down the field. But I mean, I'm not going to complain too much about getting positive yardage, right? Just got to keep doing it. That's the problem with short yardage gains like that. Is like, you don't really have a lot of room for error on the other downs. All right, Joe Burrow takes the snap, hands the ball off to Joe Mixon, who finally gets a good run in. I think he picked up the first down on that. It's about 7 yards, maybe 8. I don't think they're giving him the 8. Looks like they're giving him the 8. So Bengals offense is driving now and doing a pretty good job. And shocker, that's what happens when you keep Joe Burrow clean. He did take 1 sack, but generally, kept him pretty clean. And Joe Burrow is also keeping himself clean. I think it's part of the thing. Like, it's not just the offensive line doing well, but it's Joe Burrow keeping himself out of trouble. Joe Burrow, single back snap, hands the ball off to Joe Mixon, who falls forward for about 3 yards. I mean, you can maybe call it 2. They're probably going to call it 3. Let's see. What are they calling it? They're calling it 3. Yep. So 3 yards. John Franklin Myers there. That was a guy who had a solid year last year. I'm guessing, some guys like that not being quite as productive last year is part of why the Jets' defensive line is not as intimidating as it was last year. Joe Burrow, shotgun snap, throws the ball to a fairly open Hayden Hurst, who dives and I think gets the first down. It's going to be close. It's hard to say. Man, my gut tells me he got it, but that's also based off of the TV line, which might be slightly off. He extends And from that angle, it looked like he got it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so it's looking like they're saying that they got the 1st and 10. All right, cool. Good play by Hayden Hurst there. Joe Burrow, single back formation, takes the ball, sort of fakes the handoff. Horrible protection there, but Joe Burrow throws it into the dirt. Thank God he's learned to do that. Doesn't take a sack. That's nice. This is nice, not giving up sacks all the time. Even when you give up pressure, Joe Burrow knows how to get himself out of it. That is such a key part of playing quarterback, I think, because like even if your offensive line isn't constantly putting you under pressure, like Joe Burrow was for the first 2 weeks, you're still going to get pressured sometimes, and you got to know how to get yourself out of it. So good play there by Joe Burrow, even though he didn't get anything on it. All right, shotgun snap to Joe Mixon, and he avoids one tackler, gets pushed out of bounds, but I think he was out of bounds after about a 4-yard game, but they might give him 6 on the extra effort. I don't know. It depends on where they say he stepped out. Let's see. See if we can see it here. Yeah, I think he stepped out. I think he stepped out a couple yards early. Yeah, and that's what they're saying. So it's going to be 3rd and 5. It's going to be 3rd and 5, and yeah, shotgun formation for Joe Burrow. They're in field goal range, so they can get to 30 on this drive at least. Joe Burrow throws the ball to Chris Evans, who catches it incredibly and actually injures the guy who tackled him on the catch, but is not able to get a first down. So Bengals are going to probably trot Evan McPherson out and get the game to 30. Be nice if they could get it going a little bit more beyond that. And they're saying it's 4th and 1. I would have thought that would have been like 4th and 3, man. I don't know. See, here's the thing. Do you go for it? Like, I think you go for it almost. Like, on 4th and 1, you're right there, and the offense is doing okay. Like, I almost think you got a 27-9 lead right now. A field goal is fine, but a field goal, it's like, are you really that much better off in that much better off of a position when you're already up this much with a field goal than if you get it? Like, if you get a touchdown, then I don't know. Like, I mean, it would take a miracle for the Jets to come back if you get a touchdown. And then a field goal, it's just like it would be tough for sure. It would be it would be a hell of a ask for the Jets to come back. Even if the Bengals get a field goal, it's a hell of an ask for the Jets to come back now with the clock winding down. Like, I mean, what are we at? We're under 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Like, the Jets if they don't get their ass in gear soon, I don't know if there's much of a potential for a comeback. But my whole thing is like, does a field goal here really put you in that much better of position to stave off any potential crazy ass comeback? I think you go for it here on 4th and 1. And yeah, I think you go for it here on 4th and 1. And I mean, if you don't get it, the Jets are deep in their own territory. Your defense is playing well. And if you do get it, then you can go try to go get a touchdown. And even if you don't go get a touchdown, you run the clock. Even if you still end up settling for a field goal, but at the end of the drive, you've got an opportunity to run a couple more minutes off the clock. And that's, I mean, I know it's still the 3rd quarter, but with the score already being what it is, like I predicted 27-20 Bengals, obviously here. Like my prediction was a Bengals win, but not a super ultra like high, like a decisive win, but not a like blowout, which is it's turning into a blowout right now. It's like if the Bengals defense could have only been a little bit more, I think could have just closed things out a little bit. Oh, they're bringing out the cart. So best wishes there to Quincy Williams, who's going on the cart. And yeah, that injury looked bad. Like he tackled Chris Evans, but he came down awkwardly on the tackle. And Chris Evans tried to dive and go get the first down. So I think Quincy Williams probably like braced and probably tried to plant in a way that, man, they got him in a cast too. Like I think he might have, I don't know if he broke a leg or an ankle. It might have been, it looked like the way he planted, it was probably, might have ruptured a tendon or something. But, yeah, I mean, the whole thing there was like, he put his entire like being into stopping Chris Evans from getting an extra yard there. And he successfully did it. Obviously at a bit of an unfortunate cost there. Hopefully he's going off in a cast on the cart, so he's probably not going to be back for a while, but hopefully he's not out for like too terribly long, man. You hate to see stuff like that happen just in general. Football is all about like power and toughness and stuff like that, but you don't necessarily want to see like legit injuries, right? Like you don't want to see dudes like you want to see like maybe some pain, but not like that. Looks like Zach Taylor's got the same idea I've got. Bengals lining up to go for it on 4th down here. Just put him away. I totally agree. Even if you don't get it, Jets are gonna get the ball. Like give the ball to Joe Mixon, see if he can. What's going on here? Are they just trying to draw him off sides? That's stupid. I would go for it. Bengals took a timeout. That's stupid. I don't like that. I think in this situation, if you're going to line up for it, go for it. I don't like that. I mean, okay, take the field goal, get your 30 points. I mean, offense is still on the field. What the hell? Yo, the offense is still on the field. Did they just take a timeout for no reason? Not that it matters. Like, what do we really need timeouts for right now? Like, all right, Joe Burrow's in shotgun formation. I'd run it here. Like as bad as the run. Oh, okay, now he's not. All right, pitch to Jamar Chase, who is not going to get the first down. That sucks. I still like the decision to go for it there, though. The Jets are going to have a long field ahead of them. You got a long lead. Like, how much does 3 points really, really help you out here? I don't know about that play call, just because like runs like that have just not worked out at all today. The only time, like your best running today has been like through the line, like trying to go around hasn't really worked out so well today. So I don't know if I entirely agree with the play call there, but I like the decision. And it's been a good game for play calling anyway. So I wouldn't, one bad play call, it happens. All right, Joe Flacco has under pressure. He does get the ball off to Tyler Conklin, but Akeem Davis-Gaither mops it up. And so the Jets are going to get about a 5-yard gain. Keep that clock running, which, I know we're in the third quarter, but, you've got enough of a massive lead right now that you're still wanting to wind the clock down because, if you, like, what is that? You got an 18-point lead. That's basically a 3-possession ball game. So you're going to need – Oh! Rough, man. All right, so Trey Hendrickson damn near gets a sack on Joe Flacco, who's got enough of a heads up of what's going on around him that he gets the ball off, but he doesn't throw it very well. I think it might have gotten tipped like a bit. No, it doesn't. Nope. He just throws it way too high for Michael Carter, who knocks in the air, almost gets intercepted by Akeem Davis-Gaither. Can't come down with it, and that sucks. Trey Hendrickson's hurt. That sucks too. Because he was really starting to kind of come on a little bit. Hope he's okay, though. I mean, he's walking off, but he's also, like, grabbing his shoulder. So, yeah, I don't think that really has anything to do with his legs. Yeah, they're checking out his shoulder muscle. I'm hoping he didn't tear anything. All right, Joe Flacco, empty shotgun formation, and has got good pressure, but he gets the ball off to Tyler Conklin, who just nobody's covering. Jets get the ball down to about the 42-yard line. So annoying, but it keeps the clock running, which, again, you've got enough of a lead at this point that, like, you know, you run that clock. That's what you do. Jets only have 2 timeouts, too, to be clear. So they're going to need a little bit more explosion than that. Now, that's a good running play there by the Jets. Get it down to about the 9-yard line. Not 9-yard line. Get about 9 yards out of it. Bengals defense got to do a little bit better than that. DJ Reader getting hurt and Trey Hendrickson getting hurt's not good. Hopefully they're both, like, neither of them are hurt too badly, but not having them in isn't great. Whoa! Almost picked off by Mike Hilton, like, in the backfield. Like Joe Flacco threw it, and Mike Hilton almost picked it out of the air, and that would have been 6. That would have been straight up 6. Yeah, Mike Hilton comes off the line here, goes to blitz, but Joe Flacco throws quickly, and he gets a hand on it, but if he could have got 2 hands on that, that would have been 6. That would have been 6, man. Love to see the swagger coming back to this team, dude. All right, Joe Flacco throws on 3rd and 1. Nobody's covering Tyler Conklin yet again. Jets get the first down, and they also get out of bounds, which is not what you want. All right, defense need to, like, clamp down a little bit here. Like, you know, you're starting to do that thing again where you're letting them, like, get too many yards. Like, do not want to see that. Looks like Trey Hendrickson is no longer being evaluated, so hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it was just like a cramp or something. But he's not going into the locker room or anything like that, so just do not want to lose him in general. Oh, my God. Terrible tackling there by Josh Tupou. Jets get another 9-yard pickup on the ground. And I kind of, like, I feel the Bengals doing the, like let him, like, get short yardage and run the clock thing. But, I mean, come on. We got to stuff them a little bit here. Yep, and that was only a 2-yard game, but it was enough for a first down. Michael Carter's starting to come on in the running game. I think not having DJ Reader really hurts there. But then again, Josh Tupou's always been known as a pretty good pass or a pretty good run defending. At least as good as he is in general. He's not really like a world-beating backup. Or he's a backup for a reason. But of the two, he's a better run defender than he is a pass rusher. Whatever. Joe Flacco, shotgun formation, throws the ball. It's low, and I don't think he caught it. Well, let's see what the refs say. Yep, yeah, they're saying that was hit the ground. Hit the ground. Garrett Wilson was not able to bring that up off the ground. It was just kind of generally not a good throw by Joe Flacco. It was way deep. It also was maybe not the best attempt at catching by Garrett Wilson there. Like he just tried to like you should have gone down to get that. Like, I mean, it wasn't the best throw, but it wasn't the worst throw by Joe Flacco either. And Garrett Wilson's got to go down to get that ball. Joe Flacco, shotgun formation, throws it deep, and he gets a field goal. Just goes right through the uprights. Not sure what he was looking for there. Right through the uprights. Unfortunately for the Jets, that does not count as a field goal. Although, actually, I don't know if I would mind so much if the Bengals, just get the ball back like that. I mean, they're already in field goal range, and barring a turnover, they're probably going to get a field goal. Although maybe not. They might go for it, honestly. Trey Hendrickson's back on the field. That's good. So he's not too badly hurt. And he's getting right back where he started. Putting pressure on Joe Flacco. Wasn't able to get to him, but Joe Flacco threw another bad pass, attempting to get Breece Hall in the corner of the end zone. But it's just he's nowhere near him. No way he's going to catch. Like Logan Wilson, who was on coverage there, had a better chance at catching that ball, and he didn't even really have a chance of catching that ball. So good to see Trey Hendrickson back out there. Not hurt too badly. Getting some pressure on Joe Flacco. Wasn't able to really turn it into anything. Got rushed around, but at the very least made Joe Flacco feel the pressure. All right, Greg Zuerlein's lining up, kicks away, and not right down the middle, but about as close to right down the middle as you can get without doing it. All right, so it's 27-12. Bengals now nursing a 15-point lead, which is still a 2-possession ball game, to be fair. Well, no, it's a 3. No, it's 2. It's 2 because if you get a touchdown, if you get 2 touchdowns and one of them you get a 2-point conversion on, then that ties it. And most likely the Jets will be trying to do that too, considering the state of the game. So I guess technically a 2-possession ball game right now. Hopefully we can get it going a little bit better. Told my wife I was streaming the football game, and she's like, why not just use NFL Game Pass and the VPN? I'm like, babe, I'm live streaming on YouTube. No, I agree. When I was in college, I used to watch games on free streams all the time. Not the most legal thing in the world, so I can't officially endorse that or anything like that. But what I can tell you is, even beyond being illegal, those streams are horrible. The quality is always super low, and it's free, so you can't really complain. But the quality is always super low, and the bandwidth gets eaten up really quickly, so you're constantly having this problem where it'll freeze up the stream, and you miss key parts of the ball game and everything like that. And quite frankly, I don't even know how illegal it really even should be, because it's such a piss poor version of watching the game that if you had a better way to watch the game, you would never watch on a live stream. You would never, if you had a service that allowed you to watch the game, which I didn't because my roommates didn't want to pay for cable. And we couldn't, and I was living in Athens, so we didn't get Bengals games locally. But if you're paying for basic cable or something like that, and your reasoning is I could get these games for free, I don't want to pay for basic cable anymore. I don't know that would be a very smart decision, just because it's terrible quality. Those live streams are awful quality. NFL Game Pass with the using the VPN and using NFL Game Pass International. In fairness, not the most. I don't think that's a method endorsed by the NFL, but it's also not illegal. And it's much, much, much better quality. And the NFL is still getting money from me. So, I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. I know, and just so I got to be, if I'm going to talk about that, I should also mention they do have NFL Plus too. But, the problem is you don't get in-market games, and then, you only get them, NFL Plus has all these weird restrictions. It's just it's fine watching out of market games, but then the whole reason you watch football mainly is to watch your own team. Not everybody, but most people. So, I don't know. I don't like NFL Plus. It's not a good substitute. Joe Burrow pitched the ball to Joe Mixon, who gets about 2 yards. And once again, these pitches are just not working. I don't understand why we're doing that. We're having a much better doing a much better job of getting yards when you run up the field, straight into between the guard and the tackle. That's where our best production is coming from right now. It's oddly enough, actually, the best production so far has come when you're running between Jonah Williams and Cordell Volson to the left, which is weird because there have also been a lot of really bad plays, and those two guys in particular are struggling a lot. But the sweeps just have not been working at all. I don't really understand what the thought process is there. Can we stop doing that? It's not working. I don't mind it so much when you're at a point in the game where you're still wanting to throw the ball a lot, and then you kind of keep them on their toes by trying to do different things. But right now, we're kind of in just get some first downs and eat the clock away mode. And you're not going to do that with those sweeps. So can we not do that, please? Please? Whatever. All right. So what's going on now that we're on commercial? See if anything else is happening. Bears got the game tied up. So, hopefully for the sake of my prediction, they can get that pulled off. Raiders going to lose. 4:55 left, and they're still 24-13. Chiefs playing a really close game with the Colts right now. Even despite my prediction, I almost kind of want the Colts to win that game just for the sake of chaos, right? Like nothing against, I don't have anything against the Chiefs. Like I know like their fans like to talk trash and that's fair, Bengals fans are new to being able to talk trash, new to the trash talking community because we haven't had much to talk trash about. But I don't have any problem with Chiefs fans. I think they're fine. But anyway, point being, for the sake of chaos, I want to see the Colts win that game. Partially, I like Matty Ice. I want him to do well. I know he's not, but I want him to do well. And then it's just like, I don't know. The Colts are so, like, I find the Colts to be a very likable team with Matt Ryan under center. I didn't feel that way with Carson Wentz. I haven't felt that way since Andrew Luck. And even then, I wasn't a big fan of Andrew Luck's Colts either, just because, like, they kind of had the Bengals number. But I don't know. I kind of like this iteration of the Colts, and I wouldn't mind seeing them upset the Chiefs. But even though I didn't predict it, whatever. Dolphins are on top of the Bills. That's kind of surprising. Maybe those Dolphins might be legit, man. That's Mike McDaniel. I thought he was a great hire. I felt the same like when he got hired. I felt the same way about like when the Browns hired Kevin Stefanski. I'm like, I didn't see that coming, but that's a damn good hire. Hell yeah. I mean, I would have hired Brian Daboll, but I think Daboll wanted to go to the Giants. I think that was his call. I don't think he wanted to leave the state. They play in New Jersey, but whatever. All right, back to the game. Joe Burrow is in shotgun formation. Samaje Perine at the fullback position ahead of him. Joe Burrow gets sacked. Oh, he gets sacked on his knee too, and he's coming up slow. Joe Burrow's coming up slow. Oh yeah, and he really got him on the knee too. Yeah, he bent that knee, man. Looks like he's all right, but I don't know how much he's all right, and it's also he's playing through the pain. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's going to be, what's it, third down? I can't tell because they're not putting on the, 3rd and 15. Joe Burrow running around, finds a man, but it's, well covered. It's going to be 4th and 15. Bengals going to punt the ball back to the Jets. Man, the offense got to. That Jets defensive line is, I think, finally starting to show why they're good. Joe Burrow found Tyler Boyd, but almost actually threw an interception on that. Had it not been a heads-up play by Tyler Boyd, that would have been a pick. So the offense is starting to sputter right now. That's problematic. You can do that against the Jets, and I'm not worried yet, but you can't do that against other teams. Wow, what a weird bounce by Kevin Hubert. Bounced, and then it went sideways, like perfectly sideways. It didn't really give an advantage or disadvantage to either team. All right, Bengals 15-point lead with 14 minutes to go left in the game. Defense is playing well, so there's that. Defense is playing well. They haven't let a touchdown go all game. The Jets have just put up a bunch of field goals. So, I mean, hopefully if they can continue doing that, I don't know if the Jets are going to have enough time to come back, but it just one touchdown, and this is a ball game again. That's all I'm saying. The offense has got to get it going. Offense has got to get it going, man. Okay. Very squeaky chair. Can you guys hear that? It's like a buzzing noise almost, kind of. I don't know. I don't know how if that's going to interfere with the sound or anything like that. Really trying to put some effort into putting the best quality product out there that I can. That's part of why it kind of took me longer than I wanted to get going this year. And that's also part of why I didn't really do anything over the off season. Like I tried to put out content, but I was so focused on trying to set things up for. I probably should have just not worried as much about that and just put content out, right? But yeah, whatever. We're back in the swing now, and we're gonna get stuff going. Still trying to figure out what I want to do with previews right now because my original plan for like the preview episodes ended up not really working out. So now I got to come up with a new thing. I can probably just talk about the game, but like, I mean, lots of people put out episodes talking about the game, right? Like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen, but I'm not going to go too much longer without putting out my normal amount of content. Just trying to kind of like get myself back in the swing of things and see what's going on. Back to some of these scores. Looks like the Ravens got back on top of the Patriots, but that game's still close. So might want to monitor that to see what's going on. The Commanders finally got on the board. They got a safety, so now it's only 24-2. Goody. All right, 14 minutes left to go in the ball game. Bengals do have a 15-point lead, but I mean, one touchdown, and this is starting to feel nervous. That's all I'm saying. Defense, if the defense can keep playing the way they've been playing all game, it'll be fine. But I really want to see the offense, like, you know, put together some damn consistency. Offensive line starting to let a few sacks go, too. Joe Flacco throws the ball. Oh, my God. Depending on if they blew it dead or not, I think the Bengals stopped them short of the first down, but the Jets definitely got it across the line on a second effort, but they might have taken too long to accomplish the second effort. All right, man, another turnover would be great. I mean, I know I'm asking for a lot at this point. Like, you know, the fact that they've already got two, that's good. But a turnover here would just be real nice. That would really, really kind of be great. Instead, they're just going to let them get the first down. I mean, it was third and one. Would have been nice if they could have stuffed him there. No such luck. All right, Lou Anarumo's like, you know, look at me. I'm the captain now. Joe Flacco back to pass shotgun. And he gets it for about 8 yards. Akeem Davis-Gaither brings him down. Dangerously close to a face mask penalty there. Don't do that. Yeah, Lou Anarumo is like making this motion. Like, do not grab the face mask, Akeem. Please, for the love of God. Something going wonky with the broadcast here. There's like I was just sitting here talking trash about live streams. Anyway, Jets hand the ball off to Michael Carter, who goes ahead. Golly, dude. About a 15-yard pickup. This is what I'm talking about, man. Like, you can't let him have that sign of life. I know it's a 15-point ball game. And now the broadcast just completely cut out. So, yeah. So all three of you who are watching right now, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on because the broadcast just completely cut out. Let's see. Watch live, see if we can get it back. Okay, it's on commercial now. So that was stupid. I think the broadcast went bad, so they sent it to commercial. So now we get to find all about Chipotle's new food. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Chipotle actually sounds pretty good right now. I think I might pick some up after this, or some chicken or something, man. I'm gonna have to get something to eat after this. I'm real hungry. I wonder if that's the Bengals' problem right now. They need a Snickers. Defense is starting to let some crap go that they weren't letting go before, so that's a problem. And the offense just isn't getting anything done. So I don't know if the Bengals are aware of this, but you got to play 4 quarters in a football game. I know we got a 15-point lead right now, but I mean that lead could easily be 12 here in a few minutes. Like very, very easily be 12 here in a few minutes. If we're not careful, that lead might only be like 8 here in a few minutes. Hell, it might be 7. I imagine actually if they get a touchdown, they're probably going to go for 2. And so it's either going to be 8 or 6. It's like, we're going to go for 2 now because if we don't get it, we have another opportunity to go for 2 later. But if you take the field goal, then you risk not getting 2 later. And then, you don't, if you get the 2 now, then you have a chance, worst case scenario, you're going to tie it. But if you take a field or if you take an extra point, then worst case scenario, you end up losing the game by 1. I'm hoping they can lose the game by 15, man, because this is not feeling great right now. Where they just for whatever reason do not want to figure it out, and they got to do something, man. Like they're letting too much go on defense right now. They are, and it's a short field. They got more. Oh, there's a flag on the field. What's there a flag on the field for? Like after all that, after that big long break, there's a flag, and Von Bell is saying it's on the Jets. The Jets are backing up, so the Jets did something. What happened? Jets backed themselves up. Still in field goal range, so. But hey, maybe maybe a sack or something can knock them out. Yep, so the ball is going to be on the 29 now. I don't know what that was all about because they're not really saying on the broadcast. I don't know. All right, Joe Flacco, empty formation. He's got a rusher in his face. Oh, did he catch that? I think he caught that. Damn, dude, what a catch by Garrett Wilson. Joe Flacco did not make the best of passes, but Garrett Wilson this time goes to the ball and dives for it and catches it. Great pressure there by Von Bell, almost an amazing play by the defense, and Zach Taylor is challenging that was a catch. So it's really kind of hard to tell from this angle. I don't know what's going on with the TV broadcast. I wonder if they lost a camera because we're only seeing it from one angle right now. There's nothing going on the screen. I think we might have just entirely lost the broadcast altogether. I think you're. I think we're looking at the just a camera that's always pointed toward the field right now. So what is going on? I mean they're challenging whether he caught the ball or not. I imagine. Can't imagine they're challenging anything else. But I don't think we're going to get to see a replay on the screen. So, and then I don't even know. I guess we'll find out if they back up or not. But there's not going to be any on-screen graphics. Right now, it's 4th and 6. Zach Taylor is challenging that it was incomplete, which would push them back. I wouldn't push them back that much. Although I'm guessing the Jets are probably going to go for it. If it's not a catch, I think the Jets, I would take a field goal if I was the Jets. But I also understand from 4th and 6, you feel like you have a chance to make it. I can see that from 4th and 6. So I guess we'll see what's going on here. The ref is saying it's a catch. Looked like a catch to me. But then again, we just have this one weird camera angle. I'm not seeing it from all sorts of different things. So I don't know what the ref saw on the screen. Don't know what's up with the broadcast. This is weird. Like I said, I think a camera went out, or I think the station might have had might have been someone knocking a Coke on the station, and we're on a blue screen again. The whole broadcast is just screwed up now. And now we're looking at the NFL Today thing. And now we're back to the broadcast, but again, we're just from that one weird camera angle, whatever. All right, so Joe Flacco, shotgun formation. He's empty, and he's going to get sacked. There we go, Trey Hendrickson. There we go, dude. Bengals going to get the ball back. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Trey Hendrickson comes back into the game and makes his mark. Yeah, you'll love to see it, man. All right, Bengals maintain their 15-point lead. Don't let anything go. Now, they only didn't let anything go because, the Jets went for it. I was getting a little too close for comfort there. But, the ultimate thing that matters is they got the ball back without allowing points. Now, it's basically the same thing as if they had, punted from – if they had stopped them all the way – oh, actually, not really. I was going to say it's almost kind of the same thing if they had stopped them earlier and the Jets had punted the ball away. But I think the key is that, you made them burn some clock. So, you got that 15-point lead and the Jets burned some clock. And so now you're looking at 10 minutes left in the ball game. And if the offense can get any points, that decision to go for it now is actually kind of looking a little suspect. But don't forget, I agreed with the decision to go for it. I was actually saying they should go for it before they actually went for it. So, maybe that's on me too. That's definitely on me too. I mean, I didn't actually make the decision that they listened to, but all right, Ravens are back up by 11 now. I don't think they're going to lose. But definitely shows that they're vulnerable at the very least. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much what the situation is. So, so now it's like if we get back down the field again and we're in that position, I think now you take the field goal because you get up 18, and that solidifies at the very least you having a 3-score advantage. Like a 3-score ball game, right? Because you're 18, so that means 2 touchdowns back to back. Even if you got 2-point conversions on both of them, you still wouldn't be able to get ahead. So I think at this point, if you get back down the field, I wasn't saying it earlier, but now I'm saying it. If you get back down the field, if you drive down the field, get yourself in field goal range, I would take the field goal this time. So hopefully we can speak that into existence and just kind of put the game out of reach. Northwestern Mutual commercial. Interesting. They got so many Northwestern Mutual commercials now. They never had any for 100 years, and now they have one that they're playing all the damn time. I don't know. Anyway, Joe Burrow lines up in the single back formation, and he's going to fake a handoff. I would just run it. But I guess that works out because they get it to Mitchell Wilcox, who gets about 9 yards on the play. It's working out a hell of a lot better than running the ball. Although he also, never mind. I was going to say I thought he went out of bounds, but the clock's running, so I guess he just barely managed to stay in bounds, and that's what you want to see. You want to run that clock down, and like I said, you want to if you can run a lot of the clock out, go get a field goal. 18 points is probably insurmountable at this point in the ball game. The reason I was arguing earlier is because 18 points I don't feel was insurmountable before, but 21 points might have been. But now I think 18 points would be insurmountable for the Jets. So Joe Burrow, single back formation, hands the ball off to Samaje Perine, who gets the ball ahead for about 7-8 yards. Good run there. Much better than anything Joe Mixon's done today, which hurts to say. Joe Mixon not been doing so well the last 2 weeks. Did all right against the Steelers, but did not do well against the Cowboys. Hasn't done really well against the Jets either. So. All right, 1st and 10. And the broadcast froze again. Jesus. I don't know what's going on. Joe Burrow takes the single back snap, hands the ball off to Samaje Perine, who once again moves forward. Now I was gonna say, is it Joe Mixon? But then again, Samaje Perine's running to the right a lot more, so maybe that has something to do with it. Lyle Collins is a really good run blocker, and Alex Kappa, I guess, is doing a good job as a run blocker too. So just run the ball to the right more today. I think that would be exactly what we're looking for here. So, all right. Single back formation. Joe Burrow. He's looking around. Hands the ball off. Samaje Perine gets hit in the backfield and still gets the first down. I think it might be a Joe Mixon problem at this point, guys. I'm not sitting here trying to say like bench Joe Mixon for Samaje Perine or anything like that, but I will say Samaje Perine is making a lot better out of the same looks that Joe Mixon's getting. So that's not great for Joe Mixon. But the Bengals are driving the ball now because they have an extant running game. And they're burning that clock, and they're like 5 yards away from field goal range at this point while running the clock. This is what you want to see. This is how you finish ball games out, dude. Samaje Perine goes ahead. I think picks up about 4 on the run. So that's what I'm saying, man. To get those 4-yard runs. Like, Joe Mixon, you better be taking notes right now because Samaje Perine is doing this with the exact same offensive line that you are. Paid you all that money, man. Paid you all that money, and you're getting outplayed by, a guy who every year I've said probably should be cut. And nothing necessarily against Samaje Perine. I just don't think that he's like the guy who I want as your, as your like change of pace running back. But he's doing a good job right now. Joe Burrow hands the ball off to Samaje Perine again, who misses just a bunch of tackles. Man, like he keeps making dudes miss tackles, and he gets it all the way for like 5 yards when he probably should have had -1 yards. Why can't Joe Mixon do that? It's 3rd and 1. It's 3rd and 1, and it probably should have been like, 3rd and 7, honestly. If Joe Mixon was running the ball, it would have been 3rd and 7 right now. Golly. Not trying to start the, crusade against Joe Mixon right now. I'm just pointing out what I see, which is that Samaje Perine looks a lot more comfortable running the ball than Joe Mixon. And so does Joe Burrow, who just did a quarterback sneak and got the first down. Continue running that clock. You just continue running that clock. As long as you don't turn over the ball, that's going to be another 1.5, 2 minutes that you can run off the clock. And the Jets are, I think probably at best at this point, barring a turnover, going to get the ball back with 3 minutes left. And you're in field goal range. I don't think they're going to be overcoming an 18-point deficit in field goal range with 3 minutes left. God, they wouldn't even if we turn the ball over right now. It would be a hell of a task. I mean, it could be done, but don't turn the ball over. Just don't do that. Samaje Perine gets the ball again, gets ahead for about 8 yards. 7, I think they're calling it. But point being, Joe Mixon, what are you doing? Anybody who's watching right now, if you know Corey Wendling, he's been talking trash about Joe Mixon for a while. And I just want to point out that as much as, I don't agree with him on a lot of things, I'm starting to kind of see what you're saying about Joe Mixon, man. This is painful. I mean, it's great. I'm a Bengals fan, not a Joe Mixon fan, but it's painful to see how much better a backup running back's doing than somebody who's supposed to be one of the best running backs in the NFL. Jeez, there you go again, Samaje Perine. Basically it's stuffed at the line and then finds a way to fight for an extra 5 yards for the first down. Bro. You see, okay, now this is what Zach Taylor was thinking in the Super Bowl when he put the ball in Samaje Perine's hands instead of Joe Mixon's. Because that's always been Samaje Perine's thing. He never goes down easy. He never goes down without a fight, like a hell of a fight, right? All right. Okay, so 1st and 10, clock's running down, 3:15 to go. Joe Burrow, I'm not sure what that was. He kept the ball and then intentionally took a sack. But he dove, he slid, 5 yards behind the line. Like, I really don't understand what the point of that was. Like, that's something I guess maybe you do on like third down if like the clock's out and what in the hell? I think the Jets are taking their last timeout. I don't know. They have 2 timeouts. Okay, so the Jets are taking a timeout. I don't know why did Joe Burrow slide 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage? See, that's one of those things like, Joe Burrow takes a lot of sacks, but not all sacks are created equal. Yeah, some of them look really bad. He gets, like beat up sometimes, but some of them are just like, he just kind of gives up at the end of the game. Or not at the end of the game, at the end of the play. And he doesn't get hurt, but because he is the quarterback and was throwing and then like got touched on the ground, that counts as a sack. Whatever. I don't understand what the point of that was. It's 2nd and 16 now. I mean, you're still in field goal range. It's fine. But, I mean, throw the ball away? Maybe he tripped. Maybe he, like, slipped or something. Maybe I just didn't see it right. Broadcast is back. I wouldn't mind seeing a replay. What the They just showed a they just shot to like how they shoot to the fans doing stuff. There was like this Bengals fan who was like rubbing his nipple and he was just like it was like what? What's going on with the broadcast, dude? This is the weirdest broadcast I've ever seen before. This is so strange, man. All right, we're just gonna hand the ball off. I mean, I get it, but. And we are going to hand the ball off. 2nd and 16. Samaje Perine basically goes nowhere. But he fights like to hell and back, which you don't see from Joe Mixon. So he only gets like a yard or 2 on the play. But man, he fought for those yards. Like, I mean, he's like, I am getting these yards, bro. All right. So we're in a situation now. The only thing I'm like with the running play is like I guess you're forcing them to take their last time out. But here's the thing: now it's going to be 3rd and 14, unless you run the ball or unless you pass the ball, which I don't know why you would do that right now. It's like it seems like a hell of a risk to take when you can just take a field goal. Bengals are probably going to run. Let's see how much time's left on the clock. You got 3:11 left on the clock. 3:06 left on the clock. And so they're probably going to run a play here, get a first down. Great. But if not, just, run out like probably about 50 seconds or so, 45 seconds. So you're probably going to get down to about like a little under 2.5 minutes left to go. Samaje Perine gets back beyond the original line of scrimmage, which would be a good run if you weren't so far back. All right, so now it's going to be 4th down. Bengals are going to run the clock down to about 2:10-ish or so. So the Jets are still going to have at least have the 2-minute warning on their side. Now, I mean, Evan McPherson knocks this field goal in. Like I said, it's a 3 possession ball game, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess if they get 2-point conversions. Well, no, because if they get 2-point conversions, that's still only 16 points. And Evan McPherson missed the field goal. Dude, what are we doing? That wasn't even like that was a horrible kick. It must have got blocked or something. Like that was a shank like I've never seen before. It must have got tipped. Like that was just a horrible kick. Unless it was a really, really, really bad snap. In which case, like, that sucks from Cal Adamitis, but what the hell just happened there? Can we see a replay? Man, this broadcast is like crap, dude. Like, y'all might as well just be watching me anyway, because this broadcast is awful. All right. Joe Flacco, shotgun snap, throws, ball's caught, I think. Yep, caught, and gets out of bounds for Elijah Moore. Not great. But at the same time, the Bengals do have a 15-point lead. So I guess whatever. Yep, Elijah Moore barely, but he does get that inbounds. Great play. And he gets out of bounds to keep that clock stopped. All right, good play there. Trey Flowers does let Tyler Conklin lets Tyler Conklin catch the ball, but only lets him pick up about 4 yards on the play. So down to the 2-minute warning now, and I think at this point the name of the game is let him get passes, but try to make him pass it up the middle. Because if you make him pass it up the middle and you don't just let a gigantic play go, as long as you actually tackle the guy, if you let some plays go up the middle, then you can force them to run the clock because they don't have any timeouts left and they're past the 2-minute warning. It's about clock management right now. You got a 15-point lead. Jets have no timeouts with 2 minutes left to go. There's no reason on earth you shouldn't be able to put this away. At this point, the Jets are going to have to throw, quick throws to the outside as much as they can is what they're going to have to do. And then they're going to have to recover an onside kick, which is, it's easy to do against the Browns apparently. But I don't know if you're going to get it done against the Bengals. And yeah. So, but I'm not trying to hit the panic button or anything like that. I'm not trying to talk about all these doomsday scenarios because we are up 15 points. But I guess it's clock management at this point. That's all you need to do. Defense, if you can get a turnover, great, but get the tackle. If you're like, this is risky, I might get a turnover, but I might let a big play go. Make the tackle. Play it safe. If a turnover potentially happens, if you got a guy wrapped up and you think you can punch that ball out, go for it. But don't risk not bringing the guy down to try to get a turnover. Don't be like Eli Apple and go for the pick and then almost let the guy catch the ball. Because if he had caught that ball, man, he would have had plenty of room to run. I don't think he would have got. I think Jesse Bates would have cleaned it up eventually, but he would have gotten 30, 40 yards on that play. So that's what I'm saying. Don't let something like that happen. Because while it's a long shot for the Jets right now, it's not impossible. And I mean, the Bengals should know more than anybody else about how, if you got momentum, if you got belief, you could come back from a large deficit. And it's not impossible. I know Joe Flacco isn't Josh Allen, or Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or anything or Justin Herbert or anything like that. But he's not a scrub, right? He's probably the best backup in the NFL. Or if not the best, he's probably the second best. He would be he is right now. He is an acceptable starter considering your actual starters hurt, right? Hell, he might actually be a better quarterback than Zach Wilson right now. All right, so there you go. Damn it, dude. So that's what you don't want to see. That is what you don't want to see. Although, he got out of bounds too. That's exactly what I was just talking about. You're too focused on making the big play, and instead of focusing on wrapping the guy up, they had him dead to rights. And instead they let a 20-yard play go, and he gets out of bounds. So there you go. Mike Hilton doing what you're supposed to do. He gets him in the backfield, but instead of I'm going to make this big delivered hit on him, and I'm going to try to make this big thing happen. Now, slow down a little bit, get him in the backfield for a little small loss, but you keep that clock running. That's the main thing. All right, and you got an opportunity here again. So that's a 9-yard pickup by Tyler Conklin there, but Logan Wilson kept him in bounds, and you'd like to see him get a little bit less than that, but see, that's the thing, take the stop in bounds. That's the name of the game right now. Don't let him get out of bounds. Don't risk, a big play, basically, is what I'm saying. Joe Flacco throws the ball straight out of the end zone, and that stops the clock, but it's 4th and 1 now, so they're not going to run the ball. I guess they could, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Joe Flacco is going to run the ball. So anyway, 4th and 1. If you can stop them here, game's basically over. And by basically, I mean game's over. Joe Flacco, shotgun, and it's intercepted by Jesse Bates. Hey, there you go, buddy. Jesse Bates. Now, that was tipped. That wasn't caused by Jesse Bates. He just happened to, he saw the ball up in the air and it came right to him. I think it was Mike Hilton who tipped that pass. Let's see. Nope. It wasn't tipped by a Bengal at all. It was tipped. That was stupid, actually. Like, Elijah Moore was open, and it got tipped by a Jets player who was in front of Elijah Moore. Jesse Bates comes down with the pick. 55 seconds left to go. The Bengals have the ball. Jets have no timeouts. Probably just going to kneel on it. So that's pretty much game. Yep. Bengals are on their own 4-yard line. They're still kneeling. So they're going to have to kneel one more time. But they're going to get this down to about 14 seconds. And in 14 seconds, in 40 seconds, they're going to kneel on it again. And when they kneel on that, there's no way of the Jets stopping them. Like, no, Joe Burrow would have to fumble here. And even then, there it is. Okay, so that's pretty much game. No way of stopping the clock. Bengals win. Bengals get up to 1-2. There it is. What I was going to say was, maybe it's a bad snap and Joe Burrow fumbles and the Jets get a touchdown. But even then, you only have like 25 seconds left. And you got to kick the ball away and like get like a onside kick. So it's less like you're pretty much done at that point. Now the Bengals snapped that ball real quick. I would have like waited until like the last second to snap that ball just in case something like a bad snap happened. But I'm not going to get mad about a 27-12 victory. I'm a little miffed that we didn't get to 30. Man, Evan, you got to hit that field goal. But whatever. Is it raining? I wonder if that had anything to do with the snap. I don't know. But all right, so Bengals come away with a 27-12 victory. I was right about the Bengals score. I thought that they were going to let a little bit. I thought they were going to let the Jets offense do a little bit more than they did. But in my defense, they definitely let them have plenty of scoring drives. They just held them to field goals every single time. So I'd say that I did pretty well on that prediction there. Bengals go ahead to 1-2. They got the Miami Dolphins next week, who Dolphins look pretty damn good. So the Bengals are going to have to put their big boy britches on. Dolphins actually did end up beating the Bills 21-19. So the Bengals are going to have to put their big boy britches on next week against the Dolphins. That game's going to be in Paul Brown Stadium. It's going to be Thursday Night Football. It's going to be the first game with the new white stripe helmets, or the new white tiger helmets. They're not white stripes, they're black stripes, but it's the white thing, the white background. But yeah, that's gonna be an interesting game. It's coming up here soon. I doubt DJ Reader's going to be back for that game. But looks like Trey Hendrickson is all right. Hopefully they don't discover something more with him. But yeah, way to get that win, guys. Back in the win column now. 1-2 on the season. There we go, Jordan. There we go, buddy. Hoo-day. Back in the win column. 1-2. Like I said, the last time a quarterback told the media to relax with and the team was 1-2. Or with a 1-2 start to the season, that team ended up like seconds away from going to the Super Bowl. So, all I'm saying is, 0-2 is not a death knell, especially when you have an extra game to come back from it now. And this Bengals team's always been slow starters. Jordan says they're Super Bowl bound, though. So you know what? Let's go. Let's go back to the Super Bowl this year. Let's win it this time. We do have a better offensive line. I know it didn't look that great for the first 2 weeks, but I think a lot of that was also Joe Burrow not looking great for the first 2 weeks. Now, Joe Burrow seems to be in some sort of sync with the offensive line. And, I mean, he did take a couple sacks today, but not anything. There was one real egregious one that looked like it almost got him hurt. But other than that, it was fine. But listen, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I am really hungry. I need to go get some food. But I was glad I was able to get back and doing the stream this year. Wanted to do it against the Cowboys, just didn't get around to it. But yeah, 1-2. That's the first step to 15-2, right? Let's go. Hoo-day! Hoo-day! As always, leave y'all.